make it right. The last time you will hear. The last time you will hear. The last time you will hear. Feeling good, 'cause you're the talk of the town. You hate to look, but you love our sound. Ain't it nice to hear the sound of your head hit the ground? I got your number, you got mine too. I'm running out across the street so I can get at you. I'm on my way to feeling free. On my way to feeling free. Got a hole in my mind and it's destroying me. On my way to feeling. Ain't it nice to hear the sound of your heart beating out? You burned your chances in the heat of it all. It took you way too long to go from dust to dust. I'm on my way to feeling free. On my way to feeling free. Got a hole in my mind and it's destroying me. On my way to feeling. I'm on my way to feeling free. On my way to feeling free. Got a hole in my mind and it's destroying me. On my way to feeling. I'm on my way to feeling free. I'm on my way to feeling free. Got a hole in my mind and it's destroying me. On my way to feeling.
Oh, well, now it's got the thing.
Look, now the background's there.
Greetings, welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Don't even ask. I'm just surprised that we're, God. We're here. Epic moments. You know, when you try to do something that's going to be fantastic.
It was still fantastic, man.
Oh my gosh, everything about everything was not everything.
No, it's okay. You know what's nice? We don't have a bunch of game pieces that we had to make
We didn't
sure
have to spill on them. It was great. Okay.
Spill water on them.
Thank you all for joining, and thank you for your patience. Well, I thought I had everything. You have this master plan, and
We all know how Baron's plans work.
had a master plan, and then we're all set to go. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't have the chat from the people that started chat. Like, there were some great people in the chat that I don't have a chance of like clicking on because they were way above before I got my chat going. Like Timothy is here. Timothy is
Woohoo!
here. Timothy's here. He actually I work with him actually.
Which is awesome.
Yeah,
I've heard some choice words from you, Timothy.
You have heard some stuff from the locker room. That's amazing. Steve is here as well, but I can't bring it up on the screen because it was before.
That's okay. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. Thank you for the help.
Here. Austin is here. Peter's here. Mike is here as well. We have so many people here. Dan is here. I'll get some music soon. I'm going to protest.
Yes, they want to listen to your music.
I appreciate that. That's so good. See, I can't bring these up though.
That's okay.
Good evening to Chris. Chris is here. Robin's wondering if the puppy made this happen.
Yeah, Puppy did. It was Puppy's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
100%.
you need to know how to blame other things.
Especially something that has no chance of talking
Yes,
back.
exactly. We do have the first question of the night, which I absolutely love. What caused the delay? A, is it Colin's logistical challenges? No, it was not this time. B, was it Baron's technical prowess?
Or C, all the above.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Colin was actually really good. He was way on time today.
I was here on time this time.
Replaced by a dog. Maybe I'm host replaced by a dog. Maybe the technical side of things will be a lot better. Everybody's voting for B, which is me. That's amazing.
B for Baron. They know it.
Dan had C. Puppy is excited to see Colin.
There you go. And actually P's on.
B, that's pretty good. A and B was no. Oh my gosh. New plan. Okay, so there's so many awesome things here. Okay, now I think, now this is where I can go and stat. Oh, see, now Baron forgot what the computer was again. Which is also very possible. Oh,
look at that, we can show them now.
Now we can.
I can actually read it too.
Unaware of this, but I'll have to take your word for it.
That was for me. I said that they usually say close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. It also counts for starting the stream. Okay?
No, that's fake news.
That is not fake news.
Nope. Close only counts in horseshoes and not hand grenades. I played Wolfenstein back in the day on the Apple IIc, and all I had was a grenade left. And I threw it, and it went past the SS guy, and it hit the back wall right behind him, blew up, and he came up to me and held his gun, and he said something in German, and my game was over.
So you weren't close enough, man.
No, I was.
You obviously were not close enough.
Right behind. He was right behind the wall. How close do you have to be?
Actually, that probably just made him look cooler with an entrance, busting the wall as he was walking in to shoot your face.
There is nothing cool about two Apple IIc graphics. That would have said anything cool about a grenade hitting the back wall. All was like, oh no, it was like you just see dot dot dot, and this guy doot doot doot. End of game. And I was really far. I was like really far. I'd never been that far. I'll never forget that. So horseshoes only counts horseshoes and not hand grenades. I proof.
And streaming.
And streaming.
Okay. All right. Good.
There's laughter. Okay. Better question. Did Baron even truly know what I know? I didn't.
No. Everything, nothing.
Everything, nothing.
Absolutely.
Great entrance. Is this the Millennium Falcon in the background? Close. No.
No. See if they can get it. We had this one a couple months ago.
I'm sure about everybody's going to get this. I did use this last time.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan, Robin says our youngest son did some research for Dan's question tonight.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yes, that's right. Oh, we have Jarikith to say hello to, and Aumais.
Thank you so much for both of you joining. I'm so glad that everybody's here. Oh my gosh, there's so many great people here, and so many new people.
I know. This is awesome.
We've got so many awesome people here. Mike, I think it just that you read it.
Okay. I think just tells me that you were bad aim with that grenade, Baron. Yeah, that's just telling you bad aim. That's what I was saying. But
Apple IIc, man, there was no aim. It was just.
Dan is going to be very happy too that it is going to be accurate information.
It will be accurate information.
We'll get there. I've got a bunch of questions
my
here.
wife ruined everybody's surprise because she knows the answer.
Robin, come on, Robin. Hopefully no one saw it. Oh, you put it up on the screen. Oh, well. Board Game Officer is here.
Board Game Officer, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. All right, so what we're doing today?
Yep.
Because we got a lot to do.
We do.
The biggest thing is we just my wife actually has been helping Barrington and I. So she is not a graphics person, but she was really excited when we had said, hey, we were thinking about trying to update our logo once we started working together. And Monica was like, yeah, I want to give it a shot. And so we weren't exactly sure what we wanted to do. And between Steve and Monica, we came up with this logo, and we're really happy with it. It's got the table with the M and the T. You're trying to show it. Oh, you put it in the corner? Oh, dude, You know, that's impressive.
That makes up a little bit for the
Yes,
fact that
it
I was
does
terrible.
pound. That
Okay,
was
now I just got to make
awesome.
sure to cover my awesome head.
Oh yeah,
There we
no,
go.
don't wanna do that.
Oh, okay, good. We're good.
So, anyways, we were just really excited about showing the new logo, and then we thought it'd be kind of fun to do because actually, Bierman suggested that we have a. Put it right over my face, just right over my face. Bierman suggested that we do a video where we just sit and talk because there's a lot of times when we're playing games, people want to ask us other questions, and then we're trying to play the game, but we're talking about other games, and it can just be distracting,
Mhm.
which is actually, it's fine normally,
Yeah.
but sometimes it'll make the game take a little longer. And
Yeah.
so we thought, well, it'd be nice. We're thinking maybe every couple months we might
Yeah.
just do this, just sit down and have a conversation. And
Yep.
so
And might even be heart to heart.
no,
No.
my heart's staying way over here.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I'm just
fun.
kidding. So I have 3 pages worth of questions
Yes.
from people.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to go through those. But if you have questions about on anything, so this can be board game related, it can be personal related, any of that. The only thing we ask about is just not politics because we don't want to deal with that
Nope.
junk. But otherwise, personal or board games or anything like that, feel free to ask, and we would for sure love to answer. Usually, some of these questions I'm not sure. Oh, Falcon punch from Trent! I love how I knew it when you punched me. I knew it. I knew it, Trent.
Your wife's here?
Oh, Monica's here. That
Monica's
is
here.
Monica, Board Gamer's wife. I love that name. So, Monica, thank
Bro, it's like
you.
I thought we were supposed to guess the aliens thing. Well,
Oh.
actually, to tell you the truth, she was wrong on aliens, but
Okay, but it's close,
it's
right?
pretty close.
Okay, yeah.
Logo looks great. Thank you.
Austin, thank you. It's a great logo. You all should be proud of that. Mike, thank you. Yes, and Monica, thank you so much for the effort
Yes.
in making it.
I would like to thank them too because they did a lot of the work. Most of the time, my effort was, I think that looks great.
Hey, dude, that's
I
what
think
we
that looks
needed, though.
great.
And you gave us some really good feedback too. So remember what we with the background and everything. Anyways, I'm happy. All right, I'm disappointed Barrett didn't commit fully to the bit, and the next logo isn't in the booth
the new
in
logo.
both corners by now.
There you go. It's in both corners. There you go.
Okay, well, he's got it. He's
You
got
got
it. How tall are you both? For all we know, you could be hobbits. Okay, so I'm 5'11". That's how tall I am.
I'm 5'8".
Yeah,
I'm 5'9".
5'8", 5'9".
I'll go with that.
I'll go with 5'9". 5'9", stretching it.
Now, I know everybody's heard the story, but Derek's like 7'5". I was super surprised. If anybody knows who Derek is from Kanji Studio, he was sitting down at Gen Con and he stood up to say hi to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm looking.
He just keeps going.
I am looking at a foot basketball player.
A foot
Jordan, Michael Jordan.
basketball player. What's a foot basketball
How couldn't
player?
I think of a basketball player's name right at the top of my head? Oh, I'm terrible.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like
so
the
Board Game,
logo?
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Board Game Officer. Appreciate it. Barrett, every good company needs a CEO that does nothing. That's true.
That's exactly what I did for
Chris,
this.
yes, tall hobbitses.
That's right. All Hobbit.
We are definitely in.
All right, hit me
I'm
up.
going to start. All right,
I
so
have
our
no
first
idea what
one.
these questions
Yeah.
are because actually I put Colin in charge of a lot of this because he's like, I'm really excited about this. Like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm like, do it. That'd be great. And then he would like respond, I know, to all the quick comments of the questions. Be like, that's great. I can hardly wait to ask that one. Or, oh, yeah, that'll be a good one and stuff like that. I didn't actually get to read them because
Good.
in our channel, or if you have a channel, you can actually set it so that you only see the things that you haven't responded to yet. So when he responds to something,
It's gone.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I thought you go into it is to actually hit the ones I haven't responded to and just show all, and I could look at them all. But I want to be surprised. I'm
No,
surprised.
it's more fun to be
More
surprised.
surprised. Here you go.
Well, we got one question from Austin. Let
Oh,
me
please.
do one here, and then, we'll do Austin's first. Painting related. Any plans to stream more Primal miniature painting? I love that stream.
Oh.
Dude, that stream was awesome.
It was good times. Yes, actually, we might be painting up another hero in the future.
Yeah, we have 2 more heroes. Theoretically, I'm supposed to be getting the rest of the game. I still just have the core box. It's been over a month, so I messaged them. But hopefully, at some point, I did back everything, so I should be getting everything. That includes 2 more heroes.
And then we're doing a hero. I'll be doing a live stream of that.
Yeah.
I had to paint up a couple of the heroes off stream because I need to get it done real quick because we're going to be doing it next week.
Doing it tomorrow.
Tomorrow. That's right.
The
Glad I got it done.
big miniature guys, though, are already all painted by Bill. So Bill painted those. I have them. We should showcase one, maybe. Theoretically, same situation here. One box. Yeah, no, Bard, I understand. It's annoying. Austin says
you're
thank you. Okay, so first question here from Chris. I think this is Chris W. Yeah, this is from Chris. Barrett Colin, which board game did you feel mediocre about playing but had a really fun time playing? I finally got around to playing my copy of Legendary Big Trouble Little China, and I love finding the villains. So a game that you feel mediocre about playing, but had a really fun time playing it. So you're like, I don't know if I really want to play this. And then you played and you went, oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
Why don't you answer that question?
Dang it! I'm not quite ready either.
How could you not be ready? You had the questions.
Dude, I've got 3 pages of questions.
You didn't write the answers down?
No, I didn't write any answers down.
I gotta go look at my collection now and figure out what
I'm
it
just
is.
trying to think. Okay, so a game that I was mediocre on. Actually, Valor and Villainy is one of the ones that hopefully soon I'm going to do a playthrough on this channel. I got all the stuff together for it, and I was like, oh, man, it seems like a lot of work for this game. But then once I played it with my kids, we ended up really loving it, and so that was one that I really enjoyed, was Valor and Villainy. That's the co-op one. I can't remember the rest of the name, but it's Valor and Villainy, the co-op expansion that you can play through a campaign of maybe like 10 or 11 acts. That's one for me. How about for you? Come on, I gave you some time.
I'd say Alien Something Shiny.
Oh, that's a
That
good
game's
one.
amazing. I played the prelude to it, and I only played one chapter of it. But as you played more of that game, it got even better and better, and sort of added new mechanics to it and everything. I was going to say Harry Potter deck builder game, but I know you'd throw me off the channel.
No. That's totally fine.
My wife would say that one. That one she really liked.
I think that's actually really cool. I actually went the other way on that one.
Yeah.
Is that a cow-sized rat on your shirt?
It's
You got to tell the story. You have to tell the story, capybara. You know,
So,
we can jump to that
we
question.
can jump to that question. Sure, there's a
I'll
question
find it.
there.
You
There's a
just-
question anyway. So we did a live playthrough with the designer of Dante's Inferno over at the Co-op Guild, which is a channel run by Stephen Kim. If you don't know that, please check it out. I'll make sure Colin puts a link to it in the description of this video.
Because he won't.
I always do that. I love doing that. He's going to put other ones in there too by the end of tonight. Like Board Game Officer.
Okay,
and
Board Game Officer.
Put that one in there. So you can write that down.
B-G-O.
Yep.
And
I'm going to put
Steve
Kanji Studios in there and all these other ones. Jen plays board games. Jen can play board games. It's not just Ken. It's not Jen can play board games. What I thought it was.
Oh my gosh, so many things, man. Okay,
Let's
I
keep
got
going too. Don't worry. I'm
No,
sure we're gonna
stop.
get more. Okay.
Stop.
Brent plays board games. So anyway, we're doing a Dante Inferno live stream, and in the game, at one point, a character can turn into a capybara. Well, I did, and I was actually a little bummed at first. I was like, "Well, this kind of stinks. I'm going to be terrible." But I found a way to masterfully use the capybara to actually defeat the bad guy at the very end. So the bad guy took him on. The designer goes, "I think that's the first time I've seen the capybara take out the bad guy,"
which is awesome.
so we rocked it.
Okay, so the question was.
Yes.
The question was.
From Dan. Thank you, Dan. Not only that, Dan gave me the shirt. Dan produced this and made this shirt.
He produced the shirt.
He did. I'm sure he produced it.
What comprises a capybara's diet, and what are its sleeping habits?
I have them written down.
Okay,
My son
awesome.
did research for you, Dan. My son is a huge fan of all animals, and so he is.
This is Bennett who did this. This
Bennett
is
did this.
awesome.
He said for Dan. For capybaras, how do you say it?
Capybara.
Okay. They have long, sharp teeth that they use to eat water plants and grass.
Water, plants, and grass. Okay.
And they're very similar to Colin. It says capybaras take a lot of little naps all day, and other capybaras stand watch.
How is that like me? I have no idea. But that's awesome.
So there are your capybara facts. They also are fantastic at beating bosses in boss battlers.
Oh, that too?
They are. It said it was fact.
All these things that I'm
Those are the
learning.
3 facts.
Okay, so jumping back to the other one, Mike does have something I thought that was cool. He's talking about his one that at first he was meh about.
Oh, yeah.
My answer is easy for this one. Spirit Island game looks super meh on streams I watched, but holy smokes, I instantly fell in love with it.
There you go.
Mike, totally get that. Once you get into that puzzle of that game and just the options and the card play, I know you haven't really loved that one.
Every time I play it, I'm about to do cool things and the game's over.
Yeah. Well, you're just too good at it. That's the
I
problem.
guess so. I'm 100%.
Yeah. Okay, who else? I'll have to mute the stream for a bit, so I wouldn't mind keeping the gesticulate to a maximum. Oh, yeah. Okay, so he's muted. Whoa!
Brent's here. Good
Hey, Brent.
evening, Brent. That's
No, it's
fantastic.
an Arabi pack. I don't know. A Rabbi pack? I think that's what they're saying.
Oh, this thing. This
No,
thing.
It's an Arabiac. I don't know how to say that.
It's another animal.
The shirt is backwards because you're on the wrong side.
Oh, I see. They're trying to put.
Oh.
I can fix that. I could break the stream doing
no,
it.
don't do it.
Okay,
Don't
I'm
do
not
it.
gonna do
Just
it.
leave it.
Spirit Island is good.
Okay.
Or is it Rouse?
Rouse.
Rodent of unusual size. That's from the Princess Bride.
I
You
know that one.
Unbelievable.
Outstanding. Thank you, Bennett. Bennett.
Yep,
yes.
Bennett knows it all.
And Cappy Bear is a cute,
Yep.
unofficial channel mascot. Yes,
Could
actually.
be. I can make it.
And especially when you add in Branch and Claw, the game is absolutely.
Oh, is that from the?
Yes.
Spirit Island
Although
stuff?
then it gets to be a little much after you add in some more of that. It gets to be a lot. Not that it's too much if you play it a bunch, but if you haven't, yeah. Unless your husband makes you record it at 1 a.m. in the morning. Why'd you have to pick that one and post it there? I did that to Monica when I first started the channel. Actually, we'll talk about that.
Talk about
one of
that.
those
Yep, there you
things.
go.
Anyways,
Funny.
Yes. So
Okay.
sorry, Monica.
What else you got?
Now, this is from the Penando Wander Promote
No,
955.
it's the Hanoa War Promote 955.
Dude, I like it. The Panama War Promote 955. What is your opinion on the new Mage Knight expansion? Wish they had as new cards and no campaign. So, it's actually a good question. It is one, though, that and this is something that I'm just going to talk about for myself. I don't look at a ton of content for new games that are not available yet because I have so many games that I can play now. So I haven't looked at a ton on the Mage Knight expansion. I just know that it's there. It's coming out in 2025. I am excited. I know that there's a dragon. I do also know that there's a campaign, which I wouldn't mind. I enjoy campaigns. So I am kind of excited for that. But when he said no new cards, that's kind of a big bummer.
Yeah.
But when you think about the
There's
game,
a lot of cards.
when you think about the game isn't about the cards, right? The cards, having new ones, what are they going to give you, a move 5 versus a move 4? You know, it's all about puzzling how you use the cards that you have to effectively take down the things that you need to. So I don't think it needed new cards. I think really more scenarios is where it's at. That's kind of what I want, especially ones that work
I
well
think
for
that
solo.
sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
I think you're right about that. Steve plays a lot of Spirit Island. He plays it last week. Never gets
Oh,
old.
nice. Yeah,
Loves that
no,
game.
yeah.
Don't want to be that crazy. What's crazy?
I don't know.
Think about this one.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I would be that crazy. It
Yeah.
wasn't just 1 o'clock. Monica said 1. It was 3 a.m. in the morning when we finished recording.
Hopefully they write a better rule book.
Hopefully they write a better rule book. Mage Knight.
Mage Knight.
You know, I loved that rule book. Actually, I felt like it was
only
really
played
good.
it twice.
But actually, the best way I find to learn that game is to play it with somebody who knows how to play it. You just play one character, you sit next to them, and you just help them, and they explore. It's fun.
Yep. Are you going to play 2 players? Probably not.
Probably not. Take way too long.
Yeah.
That's just the problem. It just takes way too long. Oh, I just realized it's you. I almost missed it because I did not recognize the new logo.
Oh, look at
Lee!
that, huh?
Thanks for joining. I'm sorry. Yes, thank you for joining. This is our new logo. Yeah. Just got it up for what was on Sunday. So yeah,
Sunday.
we're really excited about showcasing it here.
Charles,
Charles,
good to have you. I
thanks so
will
much
tell
for
you
coming, Charles.
That my plan was to have the logo go live right now, but Captain Impatient couldn't wait.
No, I can't wait. What? I am the worst. I have the worst amount of patience. Actually, you want to know
You
why
know
I
how
don't?
hard it is to hold him back half the time?
Do you want to know why? Why I don't look up a ton about new games is because I'm so impatient about waiting for them
Yeah.
to come. So instead, I focus my time on games that I can actually play
Good
now.
idea.
Because if I don't, then I just want to play that game and I can't. So no, you know what? I just don't do it. All right,
Wow.
This is my video, sir. Asked us if you would have to design a game, what would it be? The theme and mechanics. So I'll go because I thought about this one.
Okay.
I would say for mechanics, definitely something to do with hand management. I think that is my bread and butter in games. I love hand management, and if you add in some dice to it, so managing your cards, but then might have to do a resolution or add or subtract to it by adding dice in. I would love that. That's my type of thing. Love hand management games. For a theme, I am in love with space. I love sci-fi and outer space themes. I love the idea of going out there and exploring. So I'd probably do something space themed with hand management. But the problem is there's like billions of games already out that way already. So I have no idea how I would make it unique. But if I was just doing this for fun and that was my dream, it would probably be hand management space. That's for me. What about you?
Mine would be an alien theme. What?
Duh.
Exactly.
Well, hey,
But it
no
wouldn't be
wonder
based-
we like playing together because I love space
Yeah,
and you love
but
aliens.
It wouldn't
Okay.
be. It wouldn't be based on the movies. It would be like
Okay.
in the same universe,
Yeah,
right? Where
yeah,
you're actually and you're going out and exploring worlds. It'd be like a world exploration type thing, where and you're having to work with work for or against different corporations and things like that. And it would be
Ooh.
kind of a. It wouldn't. It would, how would I? What kind of mechanic would it be though? But
Well, you've been saying how much you love boss battlers right now.
Yeah.
That you've been in the zone with boss
I love
battlers.
boss battles.
So
So you could go down. You could have like based on how you interact with different corporations, you go on the planets and defeat different type. What would be different type of aliens, though?
monsters or different types of things to clear out the area. to-
Yeah, it could be cool. Like
Yeah.
it could be giant mech robots from different corporations you might have to take down, or even giant aliens. Kind of like what do you call it? Starship Troopers.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or-
I like that.
You know what? I'm not doing real good on this one, but that's
What?
okay.
No, if
I
it's
like the alien theme. I like that, but I kind of want it to be like a not necessarily a choose your own adventure, but like have that branching narrative path where you're having to complete missions. Almost it's sad because basically Rogue Angel is doing everything I'd ever want in a board game,
Yeah. Well, then you could just say it's board
and
game,
then I'll just put the alien theme on top of that.
yeah, and have it be a little bit more
Emil,
alien.
that's your second game you got to make now.
Yeah.
You just got to talk to
Let
Disney.
him get his first one.
You got to talk
done.
to Disney to get the alien license now because Fox doesn't have it anymore.
But he doesn't actually want to do alien, just alien themed. You know,
Yeah.
just an alien in the alien universe.
Oh wait, here we go.
Oh,
He's got it.
I feel like AVP in the spirit of Oathsworn gameplay would make millions.
Alien versus Predator.
Yes.
100%.
gosh.
Oh my gosh, Bjorn, you're amazing.
Steve is here. I saw Steve. Hey, Steve.
Steve is here. Greetings,
Hey,
good sir.
Steve.
Love the new logo. Thank you very much, Steve. Thanks for joining.
So asking about what upcoming crowdfunding game that hasn't come out yet is a bad idea. Well,
No, not really, because we do. I mean, we look into crowdfunding.
we do.
But and I actually keep up with some of the updates. But
He
you
does
might,
better
you
than
might
you
not
do.
do very good in the updates because again, you don't want to get that anticipation
No,
rolling.
I literally don't look at any of the updates till they start saying something about shipping because otherwise I get way too excited about the game and then I can't play it and then I get frustrated. So yeah, I don't try. Like Kings of Ruin was delivering and I went, oh yeah, I backed
Yeah,
that one.
that's
That's
right.
right. So that'll be coming.
Here you go. Now I
Um,
got new names. Capybara, Captain
Yes,
Impatient
Captain
is Capybara
Impatient.
Sidekick.
Thank I love it.
There you go.
Hello,
Fatal
gentlemen.
Paper
Fatal
Cut's here.
Paper Cut.
Thanks for joining.
Oh, thanks so much for joining. And Matt's here. Hey, Matt.
Long
Thanks for
time
joining, Matt.
no see. Hope you guys are doing. We are doing
We're
great.
doing great.
It's great to see you, and haven't seen you in a while. It's awesome to have you
Keep
here. and
the
Matt
hands
is
moving.
here. Thank you.
Feeling
That's
great.
right.
You know,
gotta do that. Give
wonderful.
Thumbs up.
Just
a lot
so
of thumbs
good.
up.
You all rock.
That's right.
Yes. Okay.
Who is it who has
I'm
the-
trying to remember who that was
Somebody
right
has
now.
the sound off. I forget who it is.
Oh,
I
man.
apologize. All right,
Okay.
let's hear. We got
All right,
lots
next
to go
one.
through, man.
I
Look at
know.
all
Billy
midnight.
Spence. It's
Billy
okay.
Spence.
How do you feel about Arkham as it's going on? I know people don't like that it's getting more wordy and bigger maps, but I've been enjoying the new investigators and playing cards.
So I guess that they have to do with the key. The most recent one that they've had out is the keys, and they just put out a new one, right?
I don't know if it's just come out or if it's
I think the
coming out.
investigators have come out.
Okay, is the
But I don't
investigators
think the
come out?
campaign has come out yet.
Okay.
And I haven't kept up on this at all.
Yeah.
I need to get back. I mean, we try to get into it, but there's so many other things to get
There's
into.
just too many games. Yeah, I think the biggest thing about Arkham is we're basically 3 cycles behind.
Yeah.
And where we're at, I mean, you haven't played Edge of the Earth, but so far Edge of the Earth has been one of my favorites. Although I really enjoyed
The
the
last
one that
one?
we played.
The In the Mouth?
However, I didn't. The story totally got me lost.
Yeah.
The story was too.
There was I loved some of the scenarios, but
The
I didn't really know what was going to
The
go. I didn't like the disconnect.
yes.
Which
Although
maybe the new ones have more of a connection.
yes, a Dream Chasers was a Dream Chasers.
Yeah, that's the one that new. Yeah.
That's the one I did on the one I did on One Stop.
Yeah.
I did the full thing, and you play 2 different investigator sets.
Yeah, that's the Dream Chasers.
I love that.
No.
But I played it solo so that I could just pump it out, right? But yeah, it was great. Arkham
wait
is
to get
amazing.
back.
Can't wait for you to get back to that.
We'll
Oh,
get back
Charles,
to it. At some
It is
point.
amazing.
100%.
It is
We might
absolutely
also make that our October thing every
amazing.
year.
Yeah, dude. That's a
Might
great
just be an
idea.
October thing.
As someone just getting in Arkham, what would you say are the most essential campaigns to get beyond Carcosa since I have that? Ooh, okay.
Why would you just go down the list?
I mean, really, I honestly feel like the best idea. Now, Charles might be a better.
He's
yeah.
him and Kate, they're both really into this.
Yeah, and Charles might be better at answering this, but I really feel like the game does a great job with the campaigns of adding more complexity and being really good. There's maybe 1 or 2 you could skip.
Yeah.
I did not
What was that-
love
what was
the
one with
witch
the-
one very much. What was the witch one
Which was the
called?
one
The
that was-
Circle Undone.
Yeah, which was the one that had to do with the jungle.
Forgotten
Forgotten
Ages,
Ages.
Forgotten Age.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, but that one feels like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
But you have to be okay. That one's a really hard one.
Remember,
so-
you fail forward.
I personally feel like going in order is probably the best because you'll get the experience that they were planning on you having, right? And that works really well. Playing through League of Dungeoneers and I'm mourning the near death of my barbarian. First room, open door, barbarian takes a flail to his exposed head. Ouch.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Oh, Charles is asking for characters or for the campaign. Good question. So yeah, who is asking that question? Can you scroll up? For Mike. Mike, were you asking about characters or were you asking about the campaign?
Both.
Yeah. All right, as we go with that,
Arkham Horror 3rd Edition, love Arkham games. We have to play that sometime.
Spycom82 has a question.
Okay.
Now that Barrett has played Mr. President, would you, Colin, vote for him? Absolutely not.
Come on!
No, I'm sorry, man. You're a great guy. But as president, oh my gosh. I got a plan. I got a plan. Oh no, that didn't work.
It'd be so good. It'd be so good. But I have enough cabinet people to tell me, that plan might not be the best plan. That's what they're there for.
Only if Robin was there too, then maybe
She could be
it'd
there.
be okay.
You could be like my anti-plan. You could be. See, most people have a vice president just for my anti-plan. Let's call you my anti-plan.
No, do you really want to do that? No, you don't want to do that.
Remember back when we were playing this, how that plan worked for you then? Oh, that's right.
Maybe that's not a great idea.
We should reassess.
Oh my gosh, so good.
That's
So
good.
good. All right.
Like knock, knock. Knock, knock, open door, flail the head. That's so good.
Matthew, has Colin watched Alien yet? I don't know
Not
what he's
yet,
talking
not
about.
yet, but we'll get there.
We should just keep clicking.
Yeah, he was
by.
asking about campaign, but characters
The
too.
characters too. So Charles, if you have any recommendations, Charles, and if you don't feel pressured, but if you do, we'd love to hear them because I think you have a lot more background with Arkham than we do. But the campaign slogan should be use all the resources we want. No, just use all the resources. It doesn't matter if
Use
it's
all the
rerolls,
resources.
if it's what. We use every single resource.
Every
just to piss
resource.
them
That's
off.
gonna be that's my platform. We
Your
use it
platform-
all.
Your platform would be never use a resource. All right.
Conserve.
Shane and Shenanigans is his name. He had a really good question.
Okay.
How did you manage to find time to board game while having babies and toddlers? Did you change games you played to shorter and non-campaign ones temporarily, or just try and squeeze in the games you want? How old were they when board gaming became a relative regular activity again, or is board gaming something you only do outside of your home? That's a really good question.
There's a lot. Why don't I look at that question?
Okay,
while
I'll read.
Okay.
How did you manage to find time to board game while having babies and toddlers? How did you find time?
They sleep a lot.
They do sleep a lot.
And they go to bed early.
I think that's the biggest thing. So for Shane, I know he can't come live because he's in Australia.
Yes.
But Shane, the biggest thing for us was that my kids went to bed between 7 and 7:30, and so I would play a lot of times in the evening, and that's when I recorded. And actually, I didn't start playing board games a lot until 2016 when I already had 2 kids, and so those 2 kids were going to bed by 7:30, and then in the evenings I would either play a game or I'd hang out with my wife, or she would play a game with me until she got tired of learning new games, and then she stopped playing games with me for a while. Can't blame her. So then I was doing recording. So I would usually record. You record in the evening most times.
Yep.
And then you have a day off because you do a 410s.
I do 410, so I usually get Monday off.
So then you would use that day to record.
Yes.
I usually just do evenings for recording.
And as the kids got older, that day becomes more precious because now that I have a 14-year-old, he likes to stay up and hang out, and believe it or not,
Which is
still want to
awesome.
do stuff with me.
Can
so
you believe it?
we're like, hey,
I don't know what he's
let's
done.
do something.
What did he brainwash?
We have qubits up on the table. Cubitos up on the table right now that we're in the middle of.
Which is
we're playing.
awesome.
Yeah, we're playing that. So
He's done a good job brainwashing. Granted, I'm here too. I kind of like him
Yeah.
too, so I guess I can understand.
Tim says, speaking of aliens, let's see here. Did you know there's a new movie coming out?
Steph
called-
is here. Hi,
Yeah.
Steph.
Tim is here too.
Oh, hey, Tim.
Looks really good. The aliens Romulus. Yes, I can hardly wait. It's going to be a TV show based on the platform. Steph's here. Since we're rebranding, I think you should change Hit and Miss to Cap and Cappy for Captain and Pearson and Cappy Barrel.
Who's that?
Wow, that's
Was that
Bierman.
Bierman?
That's
Yes,
amazing.
Bierman's so good.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Okay, Charles has a recommendation. I would recommend the character decks for good cards to get into the game. Regarding campaigning, I would go for Innsmouth. But maybe you would like to wait for Innsmouth to get out in the new box.
That's the other thing is I love the fact now they're putting out all of them in one big box.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, Rob said late night or all nighters, and that is something I will say. Once I started having, I had kids, but I will say before I started playing board games, I went to bed 9:45 to 10:30. I was a wimp, Now I go to bed, especially
Midnight.
when I'm recording, midnight, 1.
I go to bed at
Last night
midnight.
It was like 12:45.
Go to bed midnight, wake up at 5:45.
So it can be late. Yeah.
6 o'clock. Rob Wright, good to see you. Rob Wright's one of my friend I've known since like elementary school.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's super good to hear from him. That's amazing.
so cool.
He used to be part of the Daffia.
Oh, that's okay. Got it.
You know what the Daffia are?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I couldn't
okay.
remember if I explained the
No,
Daffia
you did.
were.
Yeah, awesome. Bill has a hilarious question. Who is your favorite mini painter? Well, I don't know. I mean, there's this guy that I've talked with before. And
Me.
I can't. Oh yeah. Okay. Barrett is
I'm my
one of
favorite
them.
miniature painter.
But Bill, you are, dude. You're amazing.
Bill
Love
does
it.
do a great job.
Yeah.
We'll put his contact info if people want their miniatures painted. You can contact Bill Holmes. He is a commissioned painter and he does a great job. You're going to see his stuff on display in all the almost every Oathsworn video we did,
Yep.
and also coming soon in Primal.
All of those bosses. All of
Tomorrow,
those
all the bosses, and they're going to be
which
painted
is
by
going to
him.
be awesome. Okay.
Charles, appreciate your recommendation.
Yeah, awesome. Do you ever get review copies of
That's
games?
a great question.
That is a great question.
That is a great question.
Why don't you answer that?
Actually, yes and no.
Well, I would say no. Yes, we do.
We
It's
do
just not
get
often.
them, but not
Yeah.
very often. Actually, I was just talking to Colin about this. I was super surprised because Awakened Realms actually reached out to us and asked if we wanted to get a review copy of Kings of Ruin. We said yes because we had no idea where your copy was. It was
Yeah.
in super limbo,
Yeah.
and so I actually got a review copy of Kings of Ruin from Awakened Realms. And when we do get review copies, which is very far and few between, because I don't really reach out to a lot of
Neither do I.
people. A lot
Both of us are not great at that, and so the biggest thing about this channel for us is this needs to be fun.
Yeah.
If it's not fun, we're not going to do it. And so to make it fun is to make this not be a requirement. I want to go and look at my games that I have on the shelves and say, I want to play that one today,
Yep.
and put it on the channel. For example, I just put Plum Island on the channel, or I just did a playthrough of Plum Island. I've been doing Lord of the Rings from 2011, right? I just want to do things that I'm interested in playing now. I don't want to go, well, I have to do these
Yeah.
ones. There are some, though, exceptions to that, but not many.
No.
For games that we're really excited about beforehand, or if we know somebody at that place and they send us one because they're like, hey, you should try this, we think you really like it. But 95% of the games that are on this channel are not review copies.
Correct.
There are copies, and if they are, we say it.
We always say it beforehand.
yeah.
So like when I do my unboxing of Kings of Ruin, I'll be saying that is a review
Yeah.
copy that we got.
Now, I did just
Even
get
though
my copy.
That's got
So
it the same day.
We have a copy of it too that I actually paid for. So yeah,
Yeah.
but we
and whenever you see my unboxings, I usually say this is our Kickstarter copy where we went all in on.
Yeah.
We don't very, very rarely do we get review copies, and that's mainly because we don't reach out because, like Colin said, then you feel completely obligated to have to do that, even though we don't ever charge any money for anything, because again, we want to make this
is fun.
a fun channel.
It has to be.
I also am I like to have people's dreams come true. So a lot of the Kickstarter previews I do are because I know the people, or it's somebody that I know that I'm really hoping that their dreams can come
or
true.
their game is
Or
just
their
really
and their game
cool.
is really
And
good.
yeah.
And you know what? That's something that that's the game I should have put on my list. Was the Conquest
yes,
Princess.
Conquest Princess.
Oh my
Yeah, you're
gosh,
telling me
I
that.
thought that game was going to bomb. I was like, there's no way it's going to be fun. But every time I play that, especially when I was playing with Seppi, he is an amazing guy. If you ever get to meet Seppi Yoon, the guy, designer of this game, he is super cool. One of the coolest guys I ever met. Every time I played, I had so much fun. I'm going to make you play it when he's going to be getting when you get the copies coming in. I'm going to make you play it. We're going to have a lot of fun.
That sounds
It'll be
awesome.
super good. We got a lot of things
geez.
going on here that
Oh,
we have.
jeez.
See,
Okay.
we answer one question for 45 minutes.
I know. Well, that's okay. We're
That's
getting
okay.
through 'em.
Definitely waiting for the releases.
It's
part
talking
of
about Carcosa.
Yep.
Okay.
Dunwich was fun.
Yeah, I
Did you like
love that. Is still
That's the
one of
one you
my
really like.
absolute
Okay.
favorites, just because it's straightforward. You can jump in. It's got a theme that you can comprehend. Yeah. Barrett loves your quality, but likes his. Yes, I'm sure that's true.
Is this on our list?
What's your most anticipated crowdfunding game coming out in 2024?
I think we do.
It
I
is.
think we have
It is.
something on
We
there.
will talk
We'll get
about
to
that one.
Ortiz, awesome to see you. Thank you for joining us. I don't
Simon,
think I've seen him in a while. It's
What
good
are your
to have him
most favorite and least favorite game mechanics? Now that's not on here. That's
That's
a
not
good
on here.
question. Let's talk about that quick.
here.
Since
Good
it's
to see
on
you.
there.
Awesome
Yeah,
to
thank
have
you so
here.
much for joining. What's your most?
I know
favorite?
yours.
I just talked
You
about
talked
hand
about hand
management. I
management.
love hand management. I love dice manipulation too. So I love having the randomness of dice, but then having ways to manipulate it.
Unless
So-
it's overboard.
Unless it's overboard.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean there's
Like
some
Role Player Adventure is a little overboard when it came to dice
okay.
manipulation.
Yeah, I mean that's why I love role player adventure, but sometimes you just get overpowered
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
I would say, wow, mechanics. I really like anything that's in Nemesis.
Anything that's in Nemesis. Okay.
I like the. I like. I guess it almost can be resource management or like limited resources because like you don't know like having that like you don't. I don't like being overpowered. I think that's actually the biggest.
I was just gonna say
That's
I
the
think
one I
that is
don't
the
like.
most important thing for you.
I don't
when
like
I play
being
games,
overpowered.
You don't love being overpowered.
I like to have it where it's always on the edge, or is this going to be am I going to be able to make it out of here? I like that tension and that feel all through the game. I don't like the like Spirit Island, great examples. Like well, we're getting to the last turn and we're obviously going to win. There's all you got to do is these two things. Those guys are going to explode over there, and that guy's going to run off the beach. Okay, that's fantastic. Like well, why are we even doing the last turn? I mean, it's already know what's going to happen, right? So I have a hard time when I'm playing games where I just get overpowered and I just don't feel like the tension is there anymore.
An Alien or a Nemesis, that almost never happens.
Right.
I mean, there are times, but 99% of the time,
I can't ever think of it.
I don't know.
So games like that, and I also like the fail forward mechanic.
Yeah.
To an extent.
Well, especially because you like to play games where you are likely that you're going to lose.
Yeah.
It's nice to then have a fail forward, so you're not like, well, I have to play that scenario again and again and again. No, you can just keep going.
But I also don't like it so challenging that there's only one way to win it. I don't like that. Where it's like, okay, in order to win this, I've got to do these like. Going? Yeah.
Keep going.
No, I'm done. That's all I got.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think that's it. I like, but I also like having dice. Dice are fun. I don't know. There's a lot of little things, but yes, I like to be challenged as I'm playing the game.
I do think that as I've never designed a game, but as a designer, one of the most challenging things
That is
what you're talking about.
I think it has
trying to keep it balanced so you don't feel like there's only one way to win.
Yep.
But also giving you that challenge throughout the game.
That has to be the hardest thing to do ever.
It's got to be I don't. And so of course, that's what he wants. All right.
To make this fun, you shouldn't have to work on it. So for people that have just joined for the first time to watch our new logo and have this is a running joke that has happened since the last 3 weeks ago. Because I had to keep getting up and down.
Glad I have pants on
over
today.
and over to get something off over there that I had to stand up and I'd basically be from the like high knee down. And so I was like, well, I'm sure glad I'm wearing pants, Colin, during the stream. He's like, what?
When do you not wear pants at a stream, especially with another person?
My copy of King's Ruin showed up. Looking forward to watching your place until one of time.
Sorry, Matthew,
Coming
one
soon.
of time. But yeah,
Too
hopefully.
bad you don't have time.
If you're going to be a slave to anything, be a slave to fun. Yeah, absolutely, Dan. 100%. How could you not have fun with all the robots?
Rod's missing chocolate and all this goes on. Yes,
Bill,
oh my God,
absolutely.
So
I bought a copy of the 10th anniversary Firefly the other day from Amazon. They sent me 2.
Woo!
Nice.
Congratulations.
That's a huge box.
Didn't they just put that out, like the new one?
Yeah, I'm actually, Firefly is on my short list. I want to play that. So
I'll play with it.
Yeah. Personally, I love that you don't do infomercials. I know it means that you have to pay for everything. Yeah, it's just, but it also means that we can have fun for the games that we want to play. If we don't like a game, we don't have to put it on the channel just to get views. Because
we have to do it,
or because we have to.
Because we've been told.
We can put a game on the channel because we're excited about it, and because we backed it, and we're getting it just like everybody else, and we're excited. So that's one of the important parts.
You guys have really rocked it. Skyrim, my most watched board game channel since I discovered you. Well, thank you so much,
thanks
Mike.
so much,
I'm glad
Mike.
you enjoy it.
Really appreciate it.
We have a lot of fun.
No idea you guys plan on doing Kings of Ruin, but I was bemoaning the fact there isn't a Colin-style solo playthrough of Fall of Avalon. Okay, Fall of Avalon. That
That's
must
the
be the
original
first
one. Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
So I actually played the first one.
Yep.
With this guy and Brent, who was on the chat recently.
Brent was not a fan.
No, he wasn't a fan.
No,
so we
but
stopped.
we were.
But yeah.
But then we stopped because we decided we wanted to try other games with each other.
Exactly. And
So
it ended up being awesome.
And it kind of became a board game groupy thing where now we meet every once in a while to
We
play board
meet
games
every Sunday.
Yeah.
Every Sunday, which is awesome. Comprehend is subjective in the Cthulhu universe. Did you back the
all in?
Did he
all
back the
in?
Did he back?
All in.
I didn't even try and.
Nope.
No, it was okay.
All in.
Do you guys play competitive games? Since I only see you play co-op, not that I mind. I love co-op. Charles, great question. That's actually a really good question. So I started One Stop Co-op Shop back in 2016. That's because my wife bought me Pandemic, and I found out about co-op games because actually way back in the day, so when I was in high school, the board games I played were Axis and Allies, War, Age of Imperialism.
Oh my gosh, I played Axis and Allies every day in college.
Oh, did you?
Yep, every day. We knew who the winner was by turn 2 or 3.
Yeah,
We're done.
because boom, you
There's
know.
no way to know.
Right?
You can't
Well,
get it. You can't
so
do it.
what happened in one of my games of Axis and Allies was I did something where we knew I was going to win, and the guy that I was playing with, who I've been playing games with a ton, got super pissed, and he actually flipped the table.
Really?
I don't think he really meant to, but he was pissed, and he kind of got up, hit up. It slammed and hit my nose. I was bleeding, and after that, I was like, I'm done with board games. I'm done with board games.
Gosh.
So I think that was probably like 2006,
Yeah.
2007. I didn't play really any board games.
Wow.
And whenever we bring out, Monica would try me with Ticket to Ride. It's like, no, I don't want to play it. I don't want to play it. I'm not interested in doing it. Then she found Pandemic, which was a cooperative game that Monica and I could play together. And all of a sudden my mind was blown. So that's where One Stop Co-op Shop was born, was with Pandemic happening. I was like, I love co-op games. Then I went in this I'm only playing co-op games for a long time. And then I met Brent, and I've met Barrett, and I've met all these other people, and I found out that you don't have to be mean competitive. You can have fun being competitive, but not be mean. So we actually play a ton of competitive
games every
games.
Sunday.
Yeah, on every Sunday. But a lot of times we do on this channel, and we don't always have to. I mean, I actually did.
We've actually talked about doing some competitive games just live.
Well, and I've done one recorded too. I'm trying to remember that.
We did the
Terrascape.
Yeah, we did Terrascape. Yeah, we did Terrascape.
So we do that, but we do tend to enjoy. First of all, we do tend to enjoy co-op games, and also since we record VODs normally on our own, it's usually solo
can't really
games
do-
or co-op games.
yeah,
I mean, you
you can't-
can.
it's tough.
It's just not as much. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, then you're
Right.
playing against yourself, which actually is still kind of fun. I actually did that when I was a kid all
Can
the
I
time.
talk about another thing I like in board games?
Yeah, tell me.
Multiple ways to win. Multiple ways to get to the end to score points is another thing I really
So
like.
multiple ways to score the most points,
Right.
or to,
So
or
like
to
when we're
win the
playing
game.
competitive games, I don't like the fact that, okay, well, whoever gets to this first wins.
Yeah.
I like to have multiple ways of being able to potentially get points to be able to win. I like that a lot because then you don't, when you're playing competitive games, you don't feel like you're being like you're crapping on your neighbor because you're like, well, I'm going to take this card. I know you want that, but no, it's mine now. And that
Instead,
might
you go
still
a different
happen.
route.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it still might happen, but you can find other ways. And also, well, you can't try to block people because those people start going other ways, and you're just blocking them for points, and you're not getting any.
Yep,
There you go.
absolutely.
Another thing I like.
Yes, and I think you and I both don't love games that have kinging. Where some person starts doing really well, so everyone just hammers on them. To knock
Oh
them
yes,
down.
nope,
Yeah.
don't like that.
No, we like more competitive games where it's like, hey, you can go that way, I'll go this way. Hopefully, my way's better.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love RPGs with dice chucking. Love it, Chris. That's good stuff. Being
That's
overpowered in Nemesis is impossible. I'm convinced. Think you're going great, and all of a sudden the queen shows up and you die.
Yes. You can kill the queen and think that you're awesome, and then still die, because that's what happened in my playthrough.
This is one I like Aeon Zen for that feeling. Every time I feel like I'm nearly losing the whole game and near the end game and combos kick off, I agree,
love
100%.
Aeon and so
100%.
much, so much.
100%.
Nothing says fun like chainmail speed. Yes,
Someday.
that's another one.
Someday. Not sure if this is what you mean. I just discovered D100 Dungeon and a 2d6 dungeon. Lots of dice, drawing, and imagination. Love it. D100 is amazing. I haven't tried it, but everything I've looked into looks absolutely awesome. Actually, every time I think of going on a trip, I'm thinking about taking that, getting it, and bringing it with me, but I never do. I should always do
That's
that.
cool.
Did you finish Drunagor, and did you get the Apocalypse expansion?
Good. So Notaro, I backed everything. Got that, and then we both looked at each other and we went, it's just not for us.
No.
I think the game is actually quite good, but we discovered something. When we don't play a game outside of streaming first and just go and play it on when we were recording, we end up not liking it.
Yeah.
And so we didn't like the game, and we couldn't get over that fact. So unfortunately, we ended up selling the game.
I think the other thing that got us bogged down in that game was the fact that we decided to do that big expansion part that didn't produce any movement forward
It
in
was
the game.
an expansion. Yeah, the expansion
And
one
it
that
was
was a side quest.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're like, we're gonna do a side quest, it'll be great, and then we're gonna do more of the game. And at that time, we're just like, okay.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
done.
Sean,
Sean,
hey,
good to
Sean.
see you. Thank you for joining.
Oh, thank you so much for joining. Glad
That's
you
right,
caught us
Sean.
live. Yeah.
Glad you
Elaine, thank you so much.
King's Ruin is better. I'm on chapter 2 and liking it much better than Avalon, which is fine.
okay, good.
And I also got the what did we get? The 2.0 thingamajigger for it. So upgrade pack.
Upgrade pack. Yeah, I got the upgrade pack.
My
for
Amazon is glitched. It's the third or fourth time we've sent something twice. Okay, so I'm gonna have him start buying me
that. Yeah.
stuff.
So a
and then-
favorite paper cut. Can we tell you to buy us the games on Amazon, and if we get 2 of them, cool? Janet, thanks for joining.
Janet, thank you
thanks
so
for
much
the super
for the
chat.
super chat. Oh my gosh. I didn't know. So it doesn't pop up there super chats on this until
Weird.
I hit them up there.
Okay.
That's
all right.
interesting. I didn't know that. Well, thank you so much, Janet. You
Janet,
guys are
you're awesome.
You have so much fun playing together, and chat makes each stream so enjoyable. I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
what makes this so much fun is the community. So thank you
100%.
all.
This is the
Yeah.
best community of
Seriously.
any group I've ever seen. Waiting for Kings of Ruin. Looking forward to it. What's this?
I'm just saying, I'm excited for Kings of Ruin.
Oh yeah, me too.
Sorry.
Super
Think
good.
You guys should occasionally live stream a competitive game every couple months. A battle of Meet Me at the Table Supremacy. Well, we all know
yeah.
who's the supremacy person.
I am supremacy.
Elaine, yes, that sounds fun. I love Fallout with its Coda story cards, plenty of dice chucking. Oh,
It's a great
Fallout.
game.
So good. I'm actually going to put that on. You don't have that on this channel.
Nope.
There's so many blasphemous things he hasn't put on this channel. I have to work on. I'm going to get there.
So if I have Firefly, do I need a deluxified
That's a
version?
good question, Bill. I don't know. Let somebody who has it say, because I just have the basic Firefly too.
Loves anything Fallout. I loved anything Fallout until they put the bat system in, then I stopped liking Fallout.
Oh, okay.
That's a video game.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know about it.
Yeah. Once in a while, Barrett will really want to try something, and Colin would rather he do something else. So co-op game turns
Oh,
semi-competitive.
Tim, that happens on a daily basis when we play it.
Bethesda employee here. Glad to hear it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sean is a Bethesda employee. That's fine.
Awesome.
That's great. I love the bat system.
You just said you hated it. That's hilarious. Foot in mouth. Foot in mouth. That's amazing.
Oh, so good. Multiple ways to win. Love games you get too tight and down the wire. 100%.
Love that. Liquefied Pork, thanks for joining. I'm glad you like the new logo. Thank you, Monica, if you're still on.
Isn't the table logo supposed to have a spilt paint on the top? Oh my gosh.
Red on it
that
somewhere.
would have been hilarious. We should actually consult another movie we did this.
Yeah.
Like right in the corner of as I'm pointing to my screen up here.
Of course,
Just
right
a
up there
little
where they
teeny
can see
thing of
it.
paint could have been tipped over on the table. That'd been too hard.
This is
Dan,
for Monica.
thank you so much.
Monica, making sure this isn't
for
a
Monica.
untaxed before it gets to you.
Oh my gosh. It sure isn't knucklehead tax.
Oh my gosh. Damn, that's so good. Okay, I'm going to go and buy her dinner. I'm going to buy her
so
dinner.
good.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I've got everything for D100.
Okay. Let's give it a shot.
60 or more books to 4 against Stone. I'm looking for the new box of D100 Space coming out soon. Okay, see,
Ooh, that
Space,
might be
I'm
kinda good.
interested.
Yeah, it might
I'm
be
interested.
Play D100 on my iPad on vacation. Kids,
I
we
mean,
get
books,
PDF
pencils,
too.
papers, or dice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh,
Enjoy
Monica
it.
says thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. When are we going to see Barrett play?
I
Girl?
played
Hey,
one.
Look up A Feast for Odin on this channel.
Yeah, watch how bad I did.
That's
and
okay.
watch how many rules I broke.
That's okay. Hey
great.
guys, I've been listening to y'all for years. How many times have I had y'all on the TV brainstorming what game to get next? Thank you guys for the awesome playthrough.
Well, how about that?
Heck yeah. We're here, Beach Rick.
Beach
Hopefully
Rick?
you're on a beach right now.
Oh, that'd be
or maybe you
amazing.
just want to be on a beach. I don't
I
know.
wish I was on the beach.
I don't like competitive games because I don't have much of a clue. Kind of like troubleshooting a car. If it was on fire and underwater, then I'm
100%.
totally understand, my friend. Totally. Hello, I'm excited for what's coming up. Thanks for the amazing work.
Thank you, Chris.
Really appreciate
Amazing.
it, Chris. Thanks.
And Board Game Officer.
You guys are wrong about Chronicles. You are not
allowed
to not like one of my favorite games.
I know.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
so sorry. I
I'm
do
sorry
feel
about
bad.
that.
I do.
Oh,
Elaine!
Thank you so
Oh my
much.
gosh,
Congratulations
dude.
on branding.
Oh
People are
my
amazing.
goodness,
Thank you so
dude,
much for
you
all
are
the support.
Best people ever here.
Yeah.
Thank you Thank you. Oh
Thank you.
my gosh.
Here's one. This is one that you've been working on
do you
forever.
have Aeon Trespass Odyssey or the Hunters 2114? If you do, can you move your?
Yep.
I can't
Oh,
see.
I'm
it.
sorry.
If you do, will you ever see those hitting the table? Your playthroughs are not only fun to watch; they're also great tutorials.
Thank you. I have done some Aeon Trespass Odyssey, and I tried to make him play it. Oh, I didn't try to make you play it. You did play it, and we're decided we're going to move in a different direction. So I might be coming back to that one at some point.
It didn't work for me, but
No.
I'm going to just say that I think it was mostly because we hadn't reread the rules, and
Right.
there was just a lot of
And I was trying
ambiguity.
to just go straight off what I did.
Yeah, which is what that's fine. And but we might try and do. I would love to do something like I don't know. It would be really cool to play Kingdom Death with you, but I just haven't decided if that's better for. I don't know. There's
We'll do
so
it.
many games.
Love the channel and dynamic Batman and Robin vibe. Currently
Yes.
going through Oathsworn and watching your playlist. What do you think of RPG games, and which board game would
Come close.
to
Yeah.
RPG? I think that's actually one of the questions.
Yeah,
we have.
that is. But I'll cross it off. What would you say is one of your favorite RPG games? I will say Bernd is the king of RPG. So every year,
Wow.
not every year. There's only been 2 years we've done this, but 2
2
years. Oh my gosh, it looks funny. 2 years we have done this thing where we've gotten together with. There's 4 of us that get together to play games, and he hosts us on a D&D
Yes,
and
usually about
I
a
have
4-hour
only
adventure.
played the 2 times that I've played with Barrett, and it has been a literally phenomenal experience. This guy's awesome. So, yeah,
I do a lot of D&D. No, I shouldn't say a lot, but I do run a D&D group that tries to meet about every other Saturday, depending on schedules and things like that. And like you said, I do things with these guys. We don't stream it. I did talk to people about our group about doing that, and they said absolutely not. So we're not doing it.
No, which is fine.
But then that's totally 100% fine. But that's I play Dungeons and Dragons quite a bit. I do have the Alien role-playing game back there, but I've only kind of looked at the books, and I don't think I'm ever fine to play it. But
I would play that with you.
yeah, I might actually make you guys do it someday.
Yeah, we would totally do that. Are you kidding?
And which board game would come
what comes
close to an
that?
RPG feel? Well, there's a lot of those really.
Folklore.
Folklore did a pretty good job.
Okay.
It's like
Hexplore it. Actually,
Yeah.
you never played Hexplore,
No.
did you? But
no,
for me,
but that's like
Hexplore it
again,
does.
you're out looking at the one-offs. Like I'm a huge Madara. I really thought was a great
'cause
JRPG
you're thinking
type
more of a
thing.
full campaign.
Yeah, full campaign, like experiencing the character because you are those characters in that game, which is one of the things another thing I like in board games is when you're not just heroes do this, heroes do that, heroes do that. Like I like actually instead of being able to name your characters, I like actually having character names and then being referenced in the story about them.
That's a
know
really
what I
good
mean?
point about stories in there. Yes,
in the universe.
I hear you.
Even in Oathsworn, it was still they were able to use the idea of like, do you have the cur? Then would this happen? The cur jumps up here and does like because they're able to reference. Sure, the name was different, but at least they had the class, or they explain like, or if you include the class in the game in the story. Because I'm a huge story guy too. I love to have that story behind my games. Not only the game being the story, but I like having the story behind it as well.
Yeah. So understanding why you're even doing what you're doing. Why are you fighting this random boss?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, here we go.
Hey,
Here
Steve,
we go.
I know I need to do is
More Zayas coming.
I know I need to do that. I love how sidetracked this has gone. This is going to end up being like 4-hour stream.
Probably.
It's okay. I'm already almost done with page
It's okay.
1.
It's okay. I have the interest past Aussie stuff, but I want the new stuff. I added to my cart in the pledge, and now it's like 500. Yep, I'm all in on that one, and it's killing me. All right. Oh, cringy. How big are those mugs?
We love these mugs.
Crikey, yes. These mugs are from a shop in our local Renaissance called Mug O Wood. And
Mug O Wood.
You go in there, you buy this mug, and then he attaches the handle to you, and ta-da, you get a mug.
All right, next question. This one's for me. Hungry for Apples,
Sure.
$28.92. If you had to save one, would it be Barrett or your board game collection? As much as I would try and be funny on that one's an easy one because you can't replace a dude. You can replace games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, easy.
Thanks,
Okay,
man.
come on.
That was
All right.
stuff.
My Paradis. What do both of you do for a living? And how often do you play board games? And have you ever played a role-playing game? We've kind of already talked about the
I
role-playing.
do play Dungeons and Dragons.
So what do you do for a living?
I am an operating room circulating nurse.
Cool.
I work at a surgery center, and I work Tuesday through Friday for 10 hours a day. I help make sure that the patients have their procedures done without anything going wrong.
Yeah, and with whatever the
And everything else
surgeon
that
needs,
goes
right?
on. Yep, we help out everybody. So yes, I'm a nurse, an RN.
And how often would you say you play board games?
Quite a lot.
Yeah. Do you not track your plays?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think you did.
I don't crack my plates.
Okay. And of course, you play a ton of role-playing games.
I do.
Yeah, and I'm a tax accountant. Can you believe it? Yes, I'm a tax accountant for Wells Fargo. Been there for about 9 years, and I play board games probably, much to my wife's chagrin, 3 to 4 times a week. I usually bring her in on at least 2 of those. So thank you, Monica, for playing all those games with me. Appreciate it.
We try to do that.
Yeah,
Especially in having kids and stuff.
exactly.
Right.
Oh my! You know what we just did? I got to tell you this. We just started Pandemic Legacy Season 1 with our 2 boys.
Oh wow, that'll be awesome. You have to tell
Do
me
you
how that
know
goes.
how much fun this is? They just found. I don't want to spoil it for other people.
Nope,
but
don't spoil it.
but
You'll tell me
anyways,
off
we
stream.
just finished January and
Okay.
they've already loved it. They're already putting stickers.
Good.
Nathan loves putting
Loves putting
stickers on the
stickers on
board.
the board.
And we ripped our first card,
Oh, I bet
and
they
he
love
thought that was actually Connor freaked out. Nathan thought it was the coolest thing. So,
That's
okay,
That's amazing. What's the other
this
thing?
is another really good one. What?
Oh, I've been in my job
Yeah.
for 18 years.
Oh,
There you go.
okay, yeah.
Forgot to say that.
What do your wives? Okay, this is from Matthew Harding 579. What do your wives think of all the time that you spend board gaming and instead of spending time with them? Has it been a point of contention? I think that's a good one. Oh, you've got a.
I've got my answer from Robin. Robin is my wife, by the way. She said,
Oh, you thought that was just your friend?
yes. That's my friend. That was from Matthew, right?
Yes, that was from
Matthew Harding?
Matthew Harding. Yep.
This is her message to Matthew Harding.
Okay, all right, let's see it.
It says, overall, I don't resent the time spent on board games. I enjoy the hobby as well and play games off camera with Barrett. I feel like he does a good job of balancing family time with streaming and recording. I also like that he's gotten us into playing a lot of family games with our kids. He also knows that I prefer to go to bed earlier than him. Anyway, so the hit and miss live streams start when the kids are in bed anyway. When do I resent the hobby? When I realize his board game hobby takes him out of town to Gen Con with friends, and my hobby just takes me to the couch to read books.
I thought that was going to go somewhere different, but that's good.
No, it didn't have to do with anybody about carrying giant boxes into his house.
That's what I was worried about. Do you know that there is a sign?
There is.
At the front of their house. Well, it's actually, whatever. But the door that I come in,
Yeah.
it says that Colin is specifically banned from bringing any large
boxes into the house.
So usually what I do is I hand them to Barrett so Barrett can bring them in.
That's how it works.
Oh, man.
All right, what about
Okay.
you? My wife answered that one.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Well, Monica might be on the stream.
She probably is
feel
answering
free
it down
to-
here if
yeah.
I scroll
Oh my
all the way
gosh,
down.
there's a ton of them.
How about this?
Oh.
We're going to read a few of these, and then we'll get back to that one because maybe she'll pop in.
Oh, okay. Good call.
KDM seems like a game that actively hates the PCs, the player characters.
Oh, yeah, they
It's not a player character dies. How many it goes on? Yeah, that's a misconception about Kingdom Death. It's not about the players. It's about the settlement.
Yep.
Love Madara. Yes. Did you guys back Iridia? You
I
did, right?
100%.
I'm looking forward to that one. Somewhat unrelated. As a fan of Core Space, I'm really looking forward to a fantasy version of Melon. Oh yeah, you did Core Space, didn't you?
I've actually never done a playthrough of it. I have the whole thing actually painted from Bill. I've got to
That's right.
figure out how to get it on the channel. I just need to do it.
I do say.
Mug of wood.
You know, I went on their Facebook site to see if I could get some more mugs. They didn't answer me.
No.
So I think you can only get them while they're at the Renaissance. What is in the mug? Oh, that's a great question.
Water.
So the only thing in this mug is water.
Yeah.
Keep us parched.
Yes.
Unparched.
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 My throat always gets dry. So, yeah.
I drink so much caffeine over the course of the day that I need to have some water by the end of the day.
Seriously. And I need water to handle this guy.
That's right. Waiting for both of those to arrive. Can't wait. Those mugs are definitely compensating for something.
I think it's the lack of hair.
It's got to be it. Lack of hair. Lack of hair.
Yes.
Speaking of that, I have so much KDM stuff, and even more arrived recently. Yes,
Nice.
I just got my Black Knight pledge. I've even got the miniatures from the original one that I haven't even put together yet from like some of the expansions way back there. There's so much for that game. What if the game in your collection you are out? Oh, what if all the games in your collection are out of print? Do you still save Barrett?
I do.
Oh,
'Cause
wow.
At least I can play other games with them, right? I mean, it's
Look
worth
great.
it. It's worth it. Good question, though. Made me
Insanely
think.
jealous you have been waiting to get Kingdom Death. You should get it. It's good stuff. If not, you should play it.
Oh, that's Monica.
How many rooms?
Ask Colin how many rooms in our house have a board game in it, or rather, do not have a board game stored in it.
I'm gonna go with maybe one. The bathroom.
I counted the pantry, so that was 2.
That's pretty good.
The pantry doesn't have a game. I have games in random places all the time because I'll bring in and be like, oh, I'll just read this rules a little bit, and then I set it down, and then all of a sudden it's sitting in this random spot. Monica's like, why is that game there? I'm like, oh,
Okay.
I'll pick it up, put it back in the game room.
Well, the tax count still smiles. Dealing with numbers is rough.
Oh, dude, Chris, I love those numbers. They're so fun.
When you play campaigns, those Fortuna Grill, Sword and Sorcery, how often do you finish? Great question.
Is it, Sean? That's a great. Are we ready to move to the next one, or do you want me to talk quick? I don't know if Monica.
Well,
here
it's
we go.
coming in. It's coming in.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's answer this one.
Let's answer this
When
one.
you play campaign, how often do you finish? Less than what
Less
we want,
than what you'd want to.
especially with doing content.
Yes, and I think
because,
that's one of the bigger
yeah,
kickers.
If we weren't doing content, I think we'd complete more of them. But that's why this hit and
This
miss is
works
great
so well.
because we can pick and we're like, we're going to play through that campaign
Yep.
and we're going to do it, and that's what we do.
And if we don't like it, we stop it.
Exactly.
And so far, everything we've played, we haven't not liked, but we have found that some of them
not
don't
liked.
fit in the time period.
I know,
Or
because
time
ISS,
slot.
I mean, the biggest one is ISS
Yeah.
Vanguard. We still
So
really
good.
like that one. We just haven't figured out how to make it work in our time with streaming. Yeah.
Parents' wife deserve vacation. Thanks, Chris. Now I'm paying for my vacation.
To go sit and read a book.
There you
right?
go.
Yeah.
Colin and I play board games a lot. You
And
read.
this is my wife.
Yep,
this is
this is-
Monica.
this is her
This is
answer.
her response. Colin and I play board games and have a lot, and I've come to love it. There was a short time when Colin started this hobby that went a little overboard, particularly with streaming. Yes, exactly it. In case you can't tell, I'm a person that gets 100% into things.
Mhm.
And when I got into doing streaming, it was a little much. But then we figured it out, and the big thing is I stopped recording on our kitchen table. When I was recording on our kitchen table, that was insane. So if you go back to the videos in 2016, that was literally on our kitchen table, and because of that, we had to eat on card tables all the time. So I'm going to take the game down, put it back up. Yeah, didn't work.
That wouldn't
well.
have flown.
No, it didn't fly. Oh, it went straight down like this, man. So, anyways, I think now we've gotten a really good balance, and I think that's actually one of the reasons why I came to this channel.
Yeah.
Right. There is a lot less. It's just. One Stop became a lot with 6 people, and a lot of
timing,
a lot of games were coming that were review copies that needed to get done, that needed to be, and the people wanted certain ones, and that's why us coming here together,
works.
Low stress. And
not to mention we live 50 minutes apart, so it's like, hey, I got Kings of Ruin. You want it? Sure. And they're like, and then, oh, hey, I'm not gonna have time to do this. Do you mind doing it? Sure. And he'll take the game. So yeah, it's good to go. Oh, you just got that? I would love to do that one. Or more often than not, I do an unboxing of a game, and I'll like message Colin on poll and be like, dude, this game actually looks really good. Do you mind if I do the playthrough of this?
He doesn't say, do you mind? He goes, I think I'm going to keep
You're
this.
not coming over. It's locked.
This is why I did the unboxing of Primal. I wasn't going to let him steal that one from me. Yeah, because he did that with me and with Agamoni. He's like, I'm just going to do the unboxing. All of a sudden, he's like, I'm going to do
I have it down here. I've been playing that with my wife.
Yeah. See, I haven't even gotten to play that one. People are saying it's one of the best adventure games, which I love, and I haven't even played it yet.
And you're right. It's about the settlement, not the characters.
Yep.
Also, back to you, looking forward to KDM mechanisms that kind of reward player failure, though. There is even systems now that you actively want certain wounds to happen and try to cause them. Hard to explain, but yeah. Anything can happen. Capybaras drink a lot of water and take a lot of naps.
That's right. We learned that.
We did learn that.
Thank you so much, Bennett.
That's what we do. That is 100%. Oh my gosh. When we started playing more together, it is. Oh, it's here.
Well, we've learned a couple things. One, don't tell me the game is simple. And 2, I can only learn so many new games in a week.
That's right.
Yes. That's the 2 things.
That's
so
very
I'm always
true
like,
to
oh, this
Robin,
game
too.
is not hard to explain.
Yeah.
That's usually what I try and say.
Do about what they say about guys with big mugs. That's right.
They got big noses?
That's right. KDM is kind of fail forward in a sense. It can still be brutal. That's very true.
Is there a board game channel with 2 nicer guys?
Man.
Oh,
nice to meet you. Thanks for joining.
Thanks
awesome
so much
to have you. Nicer guys. Thank you so much for the comments. Very nice.
Yeah,
of you.
seriously.
Mage Knight or Star Trek Frontiers?
I'll tell you this. I still have Mage Knight.
And I have Star Trek Frontiers.
I gave it to Star Trek. So Mage Knight to me is there's just a little more juice in that one. So that's why I like that one.
So was it easier to step away from the channel you started, hand it over to someone else and start a new channel? No judgment, just curiosity.
Austin, this is a really good question. It was insanely hard. You know, when you build something from nothing, literally one stop,
nothing.
Monica and I thought of that. So literally when I started in 2016, I was playing all these games. I was like, Monica, I can totally teach people how to play these games because I love explaining how to play games. And I was like, I'll call it, and I love co-op games, so I'll call it the One Stop Co-op Shop. And she's like, that sounds great. Let's do it. And she built that logo from way back in the day.
She did.
Too. So she's logo queen. So having to start from literally nothing to then leaving it was hard. It still is hard. But I'm really glad that it's with somebody that I think is going to take good care of it. I think Mike and Jason and Peter do a great job, and they're not going to destroy the channel, and they're not going to leave it and do nothing with it. So I'm just really glad that it's still prospering, and it's fun to then now contribute to this one. And I would still say I still feel like this is Barrett's channel that I'm on, but it will get there. And it's getting there more and more.
It is every day. Now even you got a logo that you made.
Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. I didn't make it. Monica did. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. The more that I'm doing, the more that I do on this channel, the more it's feeling, it's awesome. Anyways, but it's cool. Thanks, Austin. Good question.
Games that are easy to play, hard to master, are the best games around.
Charles, 100%.
Where does Imperium Classics rank on your list of deck builders?
Compton, that's a great question. I loved that game so much when I first got it. And then I played the new one, the Horizon. I was going to do actually a playthrough on this channel. And I played through, and after like 3 hours of playing my one game of that, I was just like, I just feel like I'm just moving these tokens around. So right now I've set it aside. I'm going to pull it back out. I'm going to play without the trade route expansion. I thought the trade route was really cool, how it worked, but it just made the game take so much longer. And I've been finding that I've enjoyed AIs that are a little bit faster. That AI, rolling the die, then you have to look at each card and how it activates, looking at a chart, blah, blah, blah. So basically, I'm not entirely sure. Right now, it dropped a little bit but I hope that giving it some time and then coming back to it, I'll like it again. I love the different civilizations. So awesome. I just feel tedious.
Couple things, and we'll move on here and get
Yep.
to your questions. Usually,
Yep.
I find the most exciting aspect of games anticipation of getting it, and once I do, the excitement is over. With Agmony, I've gotten it, and I'm still playing, moving more and more towards it. So someday we'll get to it.
Eric I understand that feeling though.
Yeah.
Do you ever have that where
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, I just want to play this game, then you play it and you went, oh, okay, well, that was great. Now I want to do something else. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
I can imagine that this is all going to be about moving on from your
Oh.
channel. I can imagine that it would be terrible, difficult. It's your baby in a sense.
Absolutely.
These are definitely the two nicest guys in the board game YouTube space. Thank you so much, Matthew.
Dude.
Oh my gosh.
As I'm whacking Let me just shove that copy bear
Oh my
off
God,
the chair.
Right, Choppy Bear. Happy it's working out for you guys, though. It's awesome.
Thanks,
That's
Austin.
awesome. You left it in great hands. Everyone over there is doing a great job. Yeah, and it's not like we don't talk to them. We talk to Mike and Peter and all them quite a bit. I mean, I would say you probably talk to Mike almost daily.
I've talked to
don't you?
Mike at least twice a week.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Kings of Nice as Vanguard both show up today. Play one. There you go.
that's a really hard question. Which one should she play first? I don't know, Matthew.
I don't know.
Both. Just put them both.
I haven't played Kings of Ruin
Yeah,
yet.
we don't know
but
King's Ruin yet, but I said
I have
Vanguard's
Vanguard,
good.
super
But
fun.
that you're gonna go down a hole, right? You're gonna play that for a while.
And that's one of those, and I've noticed this with Waking Realms games. You really want to kind of
Devote time.
steer into it and keep enjoying. Because once you kind of move from it, that was one of the other problems we were having, trying to do two games at once.
Oh, that was
when we
so-
also
we're
decided
never doing
to do
that again.
No.
Wow, we're like, let's do this week. We'll do this campaign. This week we'll do that one.
Yeah, no.
Then we come back and we're like, wait, what's going on in this campaign?
We were even going to try to do a one shot in between the two campaign games. That was going to be our plan. Ooh, our first plan.
Well, you know what?
All right.
This is trial and error.
Let's
Okay,
go back to another
correct.
question here.
What was your gateway game that got you into the hobby?
Oh, yours.
Oh, this is Board Game Officer, which is
Board
on
Game
here.
Officer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gateway game for me, it's Pandemic. What was for you? I know what it is, but you tell 'em.
Well, okay. Aliens.
Yeah.
From 1989. I played that game. It's in shambles. I think I've shown it many times. It's like cardboard is fraying. The board itself I had to put together with packing tape because of shredding. But then I got out of board games, more into video games and things of that nature. But I came back to board games with the game. I backed Kingdom Death and I backed Myth. And this is when I was trying to find time to have somebody, because you kind of lost track of some of your friends at times. I was trying to figure out a way to keep my friends in the loop and trying to get them back in line. What?
No, I'm like,
you're just pointing, you're agreeing.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm like,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what-
I get
what
what
am I
you're
doing?
saying. Trying to get people back in. I'm sorry.
So I'm
Yeah.
getting people back into your life and things of that nature. And I kind of said, hey, I got this really cool game. Eric, would you like to come over and play it? Sure. Sounds great. So I got Myth. And he's like, I'm gonna invite my friend Dave. Sure, Dave comes over. So Robin, myself, Dave, and Eric were playing. We played on this card table down in the basement. It was bad news. Barely could fit the board on it, right? And we were having so much fun. And then slowly we kept playing and playing. And then eventually Dave re-enlisted. And so we're like, oh, we're gonna play. And Eric's like, well, my wife can play. I'm like, well, yeah. Why doesn't Karen come? That'd be fantastic. So then we had this board game group going with Myth. And then I started backing all these other games. Oh, it was what's the other one? It was Arcadia Quest, which is super sold now. Because that was
Very
one of those
much
ones where
gone.
you could destroy, like they would all gang up on me, and I was like, I am having no
He
fun.
owns the game.
That
So
was
get the
their
guy
theory.
that owns the game.
That was their theory. In order to beat the game, you got to beat the guy who owns the game in competitive games. That was their plan. Which is why, again, I like the different ways of going down and winning now, because I don't. Oh, that's the only path. Bonk the guy on the head. Done. So those games got me back in, and then I started getting more from Kickstarter. So then, and my wife went to bed early, and I never been playing games with. And I was like, "Oh, do it by myself." And then actually, that's when I reached out. Is that question on here?
How did you two actually meet?
Okay, so that's on there too. So we tried to meet earlier. Barrett tried to meet him earlier, but he said absolutely smurfly not.
Do you know what? You got to be fair. There were multiple people at
Yep,
a time
I didn't know how
period
this works.
that were contacting me, being like, "Hey, we should hang out and play games." And I already at
Yep.
this is also during the time where Monica was like, "Colin, you need to slow down on how
Yeah.
much you're doing on this channel for one stop." And so I was like, "There's no way I can't meet all these people. And what if they're weird?" And so I was,
Yeah.
I kind of just was like, "Hey, you keep your myth stuff. I'm good.
He
Have
doesn't know.
fun."
So if you listen to Colin's videos in the early days, if you listen to enough of them, you'd find out that he lives in Minnesota. He had kids, and so very similar to some of the other questions, like, how does this guy have a channel? He's got kids. He's got a job. How the heck does he even do this? He's in Minnesota. He's gonna be cold half the time. I mean, come on, man. How do you do this? And so and then he did a video called his top 10 favorite dungeon crawlers.
And you wasn't
Myth
on there?
Was not on the list. And so and he put a bunch of other garbage on there. And I was like, what is this? So I reached out to her and go, you know, if you would like to do Myth as a playthrough, I'd be more than happy to let you borrow my fully painted game.
Fully painted. I'll teach you how to play the game.
I didn't say teach you. I said you can borrow my fully painted game. And I got a message, no thanks, I'm good. I went, no thanks, you're good? None of your dungeon crawlers are any good? So next thing I know, I'm buying a tripod and some lights. I'm like, I'm making good. And I made it good.
You did, dude.
Oh my God.
So awesome.
That's how, actually, that's probably on there. How'd you start your channel? But then when we actually met for the first time was because
Terrence,
a friend of ours, he was coming into Minnesota. He was staying at your house, I think, for a couple days, right?
Yes, he was. 5
And
days.
He wanted to see if Madara was any good because he was going to buy your copy.
Yes.
And so little did Colin know, but he told me, you got to come over to Colin's house. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go to Colin's house. Okay, bring Madara. Okay, I'll bring Madara. And so he's like texting me, okay, yeah, you're gonna come at this time. And Colin's sitting there going like, who's coming to what?
Yeah. Who is this? Barons? Who's
What?
this? Oh yeah.
What are you
I
talking
invited
about?
Barons over. That's
What?
to my house.
To my
when you're
house.
here from Texas and you're gonna invite people. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So next thing I know, I show up with Madara, and they're still playing a game, Lord of the Rings, on the last mission.
Yes.
And so I sat down in a folding chair in
So
in the foyer of the house. Like, never being in this house before, I was like, do I the chair, I guess. Do I wait for my turn to go upstairs?
so awkward.
And so then we go upstairs to play Madara, and then I go, hey, they've got a great app that you can listen to. It's not a great app at the time. It was just this one person reading it. And if anybody's ever heard of Madara, it's like their story is pretty intense. It's like long. And so like I'm like, you can listen to the intro. And nobody was nice enough to say, okay, I think I got it.
I'm a Minnesotan.
Yep.
You don't. You just.
So they
you bear
listen to
with
the
it.
25 minutes reading that this person does.
Of like a high school drama. 'Cause
It was
starts at high school
It does start in high
right?
school.
I don't know
And
where it
so-
goes from there, but
Well, it goes into the cave, and then one of your guys dies.
oh yeah, that's yes, that's what happens with.
And so we played this game, and then I think we had dinner.
Yeah, we did.
And then we went up and played Orcs Are Dead or something. What was that game?
I don't know.
I found out I wasn't a fan of Tower Defense that night.
Yes, orcs must die.
Orcs must die. And I'm not a Tower Defense guy. I also know I put that on the list. Like games I'm not a big fan of. Tower Defense games. And I was like, I don't know about this game. And at the end of the night, that was it. So I met Colin another time. He invites me over to record something, I think.
Yeah.
Second time I ever go to his house, and backed up over his sprinkler and broke the crap out of that. That was amazing. Water shooting out like
Shooting
out of the center going, Colin, I'm so sorry I backed over your sprinkler. It's okay, it happens all the time. Like, he's such a nice guy. It's unbelievable. I come over, I break it, I make him listen to terrible narration for 30 minutes. And then on top of that, I run over his sprinkler. I'm like, he's never gonna want to hang out with me again.
Called him the next day. We played more games.
Yeah,
I mean,
we did.
that was the fun part. You know, so really we have to thank Terrence.
Yeah,
Right?
Terrence is the one that really got us together.
Yeah.
But I would have met you at Gen Con, because I think eventually I did hang out with Gen Con too.
There was this what got you into content creation, and I think we both talked about that, so
Yep.
I'll cross that one
Yep,
out. But yeah,
Myth.
that was good.
You didn't do Myth. That's what
I didn't do myths.
If you would have put Myth on his top 10 dungeon crawlers, I'd probably not have a channel.
I'm so glad that I'm so freaking glad I did not have that on my list.
Nope,
I
that doesn't make 'em
literally
sorry.
nothing's better in my life. That's awesome.
There you go.
Okay, ISS is really good, but it's definitely more of a story-driven game. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I did get some cool stuff. Been lurking due to a migraine, but wanted to chime in how much I enjoy your two content.
Thank you, Morgan
Dude,
Knight.
there we go.
Oh my gosh, good to see you.
I have all the Tainted Grail stuff, even Kings of Ruin. Only played about an hour first couple of years ago. Should I start from the first game and try and do them in order?
You know what's funny? I'm actually going to look into that and talk about that when I do unboxing, because I'm not sure how much of that corresponds with each other. Well, because technically they are standalone games, but I don't know. You know, even sometimes when you have those standalone games, they reference things from the other game. It's kind of like when you watch. What am I thinking of? You're watching a show, like almost like kind of when you're watching some of the, not necessarily the Marvel stuff, but Star Wars stuff. And then they reference something from a Star Wars, like maybe in like one of the movies, they have something from one of the shows you're watching. Be like, oh, hey, it's because of that. But you didn't need to know that.
Yeah.
But it adds a little bit.
Well, I was just going to say, it's kind of like playing games with you all the time, because you have all these references to other movies that I don't know.
No idea.
Yet I can still enjoy the time of playing. You know what I mean? So you don't need it, but it might make it slightly more enjoyable. As a retired Navy chief, this is Bill, Chief Petty Officer who is working for the DoD and deals with constant stress all day long, I want to say thanks for all the levity and joy you bring for my time off.
Bill, I'm so
Bill,
glad. Well,
that's
thanks
awesome.
for. I truly do appreciate it.
Well,
I'm glad.
we truly appreciate it,
all your
Bill,
work.
and you help us have so much fun. So thank you.
Well, that's about Imperium Classic because I just don't like deck builders. Any deck builders that are more strategic rather than being forced to just buy what's in
Okay,
the
Copterman,
market.
I'm gonna have to go back on that one. I'll have to
You
think
like the
about it.
market?
Yeah. Well, because basically what he's saying is that usually deck builders are very market based.
Yes.
I would say Aeon's End is a really good one for a solo co-op because you preset that market.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of times you are going to be stuck based upon that market, but you can come up with that strategy then.
And it's not a random market.
It's not a random market.
I mean,
Yes.
it's random, and sometimes you can play where you can randomly put out the cards, but it's not going to be
But
like,
then
okay, now fill up the market, see what's there now. It's like, oh, well, nothing.
Yep.
That's going to help me.
Oh, fail paper cut. We have this exact problem.
Oh, yeah?
The problem of campaign games
yeah.
is my favorite type. I have so many and no feasible way of getting them all. So I buy more of them to keep them company.
Yep. And there's on your shelf. And they
And then
sit
you
there.
feel bad.
And then you buy more shelves.
Yes. I almost bought another shelf. Just seriously. Monica was like, Colin, don't do it.
Oh, my God.
I almost did. I don't need more shelves.
He's got lots of shelves.
Campaign games always look great and sound like great ideas, and then I have a hard time finishing. I stopped about a third of the way through ISS, but I'm about halfway through Resident Evil now.
See, now the
Nice.
good news is I've started to figure out as I'm playing through the campaign games which ones I really want to get through.
Mhm.
And even after a couple missions, if it's not catching me,
Then you're like, done.
out the door.
Which is a really important thing if you are a designer.
Mhm.
How important those first few scenarios. You
Yes.
can't expect that, they'll start really enjoying this when we get to scenario 5.
Yeah.
So many people won't get to scenario
No.
5.
Not only that,
So-
I always use about 2 because I know the first one's always a tutorial.
Yes.
Then I
yes.
want to see a second one and maybe even a third
What
one.
about
depending on-
a game though that's like, hey, the first 4 missions slowly explains the game and then it opens
I will
up
go
in
through
mission
those
5.
as long as I
Okay.
understand which are the tutorial missions.
Okay.
Like Madara was the first 4 were tutorials.
Yeah.
And then
You died in a tutorial.
and then yeah, you did. You did. You.
I didn't. Terrence did.
He kicked the bucket
He
faster
walked
than
in
any
and got
person I've ever seen in
annihilated.
any first turn. I have never seen a person physically die on the first turn in that game until he walked up and got smacked by a crowd.
Oh, you're like, this game is super easy. So
Cave
we'll
sickle,
try and make it a little hard.
put the
Oh, your
sickle
character died.
Right into it. I'm like, ooh. Well, you're not flying away from that.
Oh man.
Same pure paper cut campaign game, solo
Yeah.
time. Yes.
Lords of Wily was my favorite game. Before that, I played D&D 5th edition. Chris,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That's what I love.
Oh man, have you guys played Gloomhaven? Oh, so Austin, I played Gloomhaven for almost 2 years straight. We had
Mhm.
over 80 plays of that game. Yes, love
I am
it.
about 4 missions from the end, and my Gloomhaven group fell apart. Thank you, COVID.
Yeah, COVID. Yeah. Colin, have you tried Keelix Madness campaign? I have not. The new one for Force Random is coming soon, and it's huge. It's over 600 pages. Eric, I want to. I
What?
actually bought the PDF version because I can't find the book anywhere. So I bought the PDF version, but I have not played the campaign of Hexplore. There's actually a campaign one
there?
for each of the boxes. They look super cool.
Derek's done that, hasn't he?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Derek, if you're interested in seeing any Explorer and you don't know
Explore,
about Kanji
Derek
Studios,
loves
please
it.
go check out Kanji
he
Studios.
does a
The link
great
to it's in
job.
the description of this video. You can
Another
make sure. He does a lot of Hexplore. It's one of his favorite games. Actually, Derek really prides himself. A lot of his games that he really enjoys are like one-off adventure like games, which are harder for me to really get into because I don't mind. I think it's hard for me to experience the entire game in that one sitting. I'm like, but I want more. I want more development. You know what
It's
I mean?
interesting. Yeah. Okay. Before we keep going though,
Yeah.
because that was Eric. Eric had a question.
Oh, please.
He has a couple. I'd like to hear both of your top 5 adventure dungeon crawler games and what recent Kickstarter games are. This is the one about the recent Kickstarter games that you're interested in. And he also had, what is your favorite game of 2024 so far? Those are the 3 that I had from him.
Egmonia 7 Citadel, best of 2024. Mike agrees with me. We win.
Whoa. Okay. Now I need to think about what I've played in 2024. What's a 2024 game that I've played? Holy chickens.
Okay, what's another one?
What?
Kickstarter I'm looking forward
okay.
to.
We're recent Kickstarter, and then what are some? You don't have to say 5, but what are your favorite dungeon crawlers? You kind of already talked about that, but
Kickstarter recently that I backed was Dante's Inferno. Big fan of that one coming out. That's the most recent I backed. But things coming out this year I'm interested in is there's something about, hey, I'm going to totally butcher the name, Hayakuta Blade or something. I totally messed that one up.
Blade.
It's coming pretty soon, actually. It's going to be delivering soon. Rogue Angels is, if you, like I said, everything I've ever wanted in the game is in Rogue Angels. So I'm excited for that one to come. And what was the other one? Top 5 dungeon crawlers.
Yep.
Madara. And it's funny because I'm really getting into boss battlers now, so I'm like, some of those are really good,
dude.
but Madara is amazing. I'm always going to keep that one in my collection. I don't think it's ever going anywhere. Myth, I love Myth. I've really got to, we got to try Myth again. Then when it comes, I also have it right over there. It's Machina Arcana is also fun. That's a really fun one. That's, I think, probably the only game I have that's a one-off story dungeon crawler that I really
you really
enjoy.
like.
As like
See,
a
it's
thing
really
like that.
interesting. I love Roombound, which
Yeah.
you still haven't tried. That's a one-off. I loved Gloom of Kilforth, but I also understand what your problem with that game is, where you feel like you get overpowered,
Yep.
and so at the end of the it's just
It's like, oh, here's the big boss. 38 dice and you're done.
Yeah.
It's like,
exactly.
why did I even play the game?
Because the experience.
I understand the exploring and enjoying it.
So I
was
love
it
that
Adventure
one.
Dungeon Crawlers?
Adventure /
Okay,
Dungeon
So
Crawler.
then also I'm going to put the Seven Continent on there, which also spins into the Seven Citadel. Those I love those games.
Yeah.
And other adventure game I got back there. I got another good one there. What do you got?
Well, okay, so I was trying to look because I haven't played a ton of 2024 games yet, but Primal is obviously one that I'm super excited for. That hand management is awesome.
There's so many
I've
good
played
ones.
3 different missions now with that one, and I've loved every single one of them.
Which one?
Primal.
Oh yeah.
So really excited to actually do the campaign
Yeah,
with
I've only
you.
played one mission, so
Yeah.
I can't put that on my
This is in 2024, but it's recent. It's 2023. Is
Oh.
Tales from the Red
Yep.
Dragon, and my kids and I are playing that.
That was good.
Having so much fun with that one. Sleeping Gods, Distant Skies.
That was
I
great.
had a great time.
Yep.
I'm not sure I'm going to go back to it, but I
At
still
least not for a long, long time.
Yeah,
because
but
there's so much you can remember from it.
exactly. But I'm still really enjoying it. So those are kind of the ones I've played that are 2024
Yeah.
games. Let's see, top 5. Yeah, I was saying Roombound, Gloom of Kilforth. I absolutely love Mage Knight. It's the best
Yeah.
one-off for me. I love that. I love that hand management. Fallout, the board game. I love that game. Oh my goodness, that one's wonderful. And I loved Star Wars Outer Rim. I gotta find. I love Star Wars as a theme, and I love being able to do the different. Oh, and Zaya Legend of a Drift System. That is one. I cannot believe that solo campaign. How much fun it is. I'm doing a whole nother one. I did 10 on one stop, and I'm doing a whole nother one on this one because I love it so much. So yeah, there you go. Hopefully, Eric, that helps. Tons of more questions.
Rogue Angel totally sucked me in. I'm excited
Oh,
for that
dude,
one.
I
Machina
can't
Arcana
wait.
really good.
Yes.
Tales from Red Dragon in fantastic.
Yes.
Eric's saying.
Is
you're a big
Primal
fan.
something that you're interested in? If you like KDM, you're gonna have to talk about
Yeah.
that. You know, a Fatal Paper Cut. Give us a couple weeks to actually play Primal with him, and we'll find out. Because I think it is a lot different. There's no settlement, right?
Call of Cthulhu comes out this year as well.
Nice. Oh, and that's another one.
Yep.
Cthulhu Death May Die.
Bloodborne should be
Love
on my
that.
list. I love
Oh,
that one.
Bloodborne.
Resident Evil, Aliens, Another Glorious Day in the Core. I need to play that more because I had a good experience with it, but I want to play with all the expansions I have.
Wait, is that Aliens Another Glorious
Yeah.
Day in the Core? Okay.
You should try that one. That one's kind of hand management in a
You
way.
realize you taught me though.
Did
Right?
I?
We played it. Yeah, one time.
Yeah.
I would love to play that one again.
Yeah,
Uh,
let's do that.
But yeah, we did play that. Oh my gosh, so many things.
Don't worry, we'll come back to
Okay.
this. I scrolled all
Yeah.
to the bottom. There's a lot of
we've
stuff.
got a Fatal Paper Cut one.
Go for it. Fatal Paper Cut.
What is your number one game that got away from you over the years that you really want but never can find or get anymore, or aren't willing to pay the second-hand prices? Doesn't have to be a favorite game, just one that you are still in search for and you can't find it. Do you have one?
I don't think I have one.
I was gonna say I was racking my brain. Big Trouble Little China has been one I always have looked at. I love. So one thing that I really enjoy,
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Big Trouble in Little China is something you really want.
the game. Yeah, from Epic
Have you
Games.
ever seen the movie?
No!
He's never seen the movie, but he wants the game so bad. You need to see the movie.
Do you realize that? Well, okay, all right. So yes, I should probably. No, I'm not going to see that movie. Are you kidding? All right. So
Why not?
The fun part about the game is that there's you use this one side of the board as you're doing stuff, and then
Yeah.
once you complete, you flip over and then you fight the boss.
Yeah.
From how I understand it, I do really like the games that have these different phases, right? So you
Okay, yep.
one thing you're doing something, and then you get that thing done, and depending on how you do, then you're going to go against another thing, and it depends on how well you did in the first one. It's actually why I'm still really excited to try Three Tales. I haven't played that one yet, but I want to try Three Tales because of that whole you do exploring first, and then you have to see how well you did in the future because you went in the past and tried to get things, and how'd you do in the future? Oh, that movie's hilarious. This is
Yes.
hilarious. It's not nasty.
No, it's a funny
okay.
movie.
All right, then I guess I should watch
I'm
it.
surprised you guys didn't back Escape from New York. I didn't back
Oh,
that
I didn't
one.
back
It's
that
another
one.
Patrick Swayze movie.
Oh, okay. I did
The movie
not.
is epic.
Okay.
I met Colin through painting. His Death May Die a few years ago.
Yes,
we did.
Bill. Yes, I mean that you've made that game for me because of your amazing painting. So
It's
thank
actually
you,
here.
Bill.
I borrowed it. from
Yes,
you.
yes.
And my friends that played it don't want me to give it back.
Well, which is fine. You guys can play as long
You'll
as you
get it
want.
back. Okay. What,
Okay.
Do we have anything else
Oh,
here? or
well,
is
we
that-
got a whole nother.
Okay, we got a whole bunch more?
Well, actually, we don't have that much more. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more.
You want to do 4 more, and then we'll catch
Yes,
up with
that's
the
a
chat,
great
and
idea.
we'll talk.
Okay, Bierman has a jillion of them, though.
Oh boy.
All right, so we'll go. Have you painted the spawn points for Fire Team Zero? No, I have not, because I have yet, and that's another one that I love. I love Fire Team Zero. I love that game.
That's a good one.
You enjoyed that
I
one,
like
right?
that one.
I have not painted it because I haven't gotten that back to the table. Most anticipated game that will really deliver this year. So I think the one that you've already gotten the ones that you were most excited for this year, right? Haven't you?
Oh, that's Rogue Angels delivering
Oh,
this year.
was it supposed to?
In theory.
Okay.
I mean, everything's supposed to deliver in a
But
year, right?
I know that's the problem. I'm trying to think of what I have delivered. I'll have to come back to that one. Popular, well-received games that you bounced off of. So a game that was really popular that you went,
League of Dungeoneers.
for how many people love?
People love that game, and they love my playthroughs. I've wanted more of it, and I sent it to William, the Hungry Gamer, to do because he wanted to do more of it. And I sent it to him, and I never looked back. It's not that I didn't like it; thought it was a great game. I just didn't have the time and energy to put into it.
Just play D&D for you.
That was
your
the
big
other thing.
Yeah.
I could always play Dungeons and Dragons. That was the one that bounced off. I was like, okay, it was a good game. Moving on.
Yeah.
And then I think I've come to any one of those type of games when it comes to they're supposed to be kind of the old school dungeon crawler concept. There were those big 3 that came out. And
Dungeon Crusade.
Yep. League of Dungeoneers, and the other one was Dungeon Universalis.
Yeah.
And I played 2 of the 3, and both of them enjoyed. Boom, out the door.
Yeah,
Just
you didn't
because of
need
the
'em.
same thing. I didn't need them. I could play Dungeons and Dragons, and it's a lot of time and energy to work that system.
Yep.
If it's the only game I had, I'd love it and probably play it all the time.
Yep.
But with all these other games, sometimes I think I need a little bit less crunchy when it comes to a dungeon crawling concept.
Yep. I can totally understand that. For me, Chronicles of Druagar, that was a big one, and Apex, the deck builder. I mean, so many people love that game. It's a dinosaur deck builder game where you're basically growing your own dinosaurs and doing these cool things.
Oh yeah.
Just didn't do it for me. And another one is Tiny Epic Dungeons. I have almost 100,000 views on YouTube on that video,
Wow.
and I got rid of that game so fast. So yeah, that's another one. Favorite way to learn a game. Oh, my favorite way to learn a game. This is how I do it. So first thing I do is I take a quick swath of the rules. I'll read the rules. Then I'll see if anyone has a YouTube video that I can watch to just listen to in the background and just kind of get some of the rules into my head. Then I'll reread that rule book. I'll do at least 1 full play on my own, and then I'll decide if I'm ready to go.
Depends on the game.
Yeah.
Very similar. I'll do exactly like that. But if it's an adventure or a campaign type game, I usually don't do the first play.
Oh,
I
so you do the
usually
first
I
play
go
on
in
the channel.
blind.
Okay.
I usually go in blind, which means usually a lot of the first game I usually make a few mistakes, which is why usually in the second video I always say, here are the errors I made, this is what we need to learn, things like that. A lot of them are like that, just because I don't want to have things spoiled going forward.
That's really interesting. I actually do it just so that then I don't have the problem of when I'm recording. I'm like, what the heck does this mean? And I'm looking it up.
No, I'm standing there with my. That's another thing people probably want to know about is how we record. So yeah, I'll record, and I actually have this thing open on the table next to me. I'll have it opened on Board Game Geek or on a PDF of the rule book sitting there ready for me in case I need it as I'm recording, and I can quickly look for something. If there's not a PDF of the rule book, though, I have that rule book right next to me. I'm looking up stuff all the time as we're recording. It's never as fast as people think.
Oh, no.
And on top of that, I also am asking people on Board Game Geek sometimes the questions because I don't know the answer.
There are certain games where I'll do that. Usually, though, what I do is I just have the rule book. I actually have a spot whenever I record. Here's where my rule book is, and I always know where it is. So I'll just I'll look there. I've got the rule book there, but I usually try and do a full play beforehand so that it's easier for me to record. Because if I don't do that, it's so much harder for me to record. And you and I record so differently.
So differently.
Because you will record whatever you're saying, then you pause your video.
Yep.
Mine sits and just records the whole time. And so if I spend a ton of time trying to look, it's all this dead space. So anyways.
Because I have everything I record for my YouTube videos on the Video On Demand, all iPhone. I don't ever use anything else. I use just an iPhone and the mics you're seeing on here right now.
Yep.
So I connect the connector to this thing so that my mic will go there. And then that's why everything can be all done once. I hit stop whenever I'm done talking about something, and then start it up again when I'm ready to talk about the next part.
And then you
or
just compile the different.
Mhm.
So your video might be 160 different
160
videos.
to 60 different videos all put together in iMovies, and then I send it out of there and go, and then I have to listen to every single part of it, make sure you got every. I take out anything that I may have said twice. Believe it or not, when I go to read things, sometimes it takes more than one take.
Wait, do you think that they might know that?
No.
Okay, all right, let's keep going. Okay, favorite person in live chat and why is it Bill? Favorite person in live chat and why is it Bill? I love how Bierman put that. We're not even gonna go there. Average number of days or weeks you get to game. Yeah, I would say mine is about 3.
Three. I get Sunday, Tuesday, and then usually try to get a day to record, which usually is a Monday, give or take. And then I usually try to get a game in 1 or 2 days at least. We try at least. That doesn't work very often. Usually get, I'd say, 1 extra day in with some of the kids stuff, being able
Yeah, I
to
was
play.
gonna say if you add in the kids, I'm probably doing almost 7. I'm
Okay,
probably
I'm
playing
not.
a game every single day.
We
with the
probably get
kids.
maybe 1 in with the kids a week.
Okay. Your kids are a little older. My kids are a little younger. I don't know. But yeah, I think for my own gaming, I probably, for games that are at this level, I would say it's 3. Probably 3.
Do you count Dungeons and Dragons?
I think you would.
Because that's Saturday I usually play something with Robin, or else it's Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And then Sunday we have our game group. And then, like I said, record on Mondays. I try to.
Matt, you just got. Obviously, I'm your favorite person in the chat. Who else gives? I mean, Matt, it is so true. No one else gives the poetry like you do. Your poetry is so good. I will never forget, as our civilians died, you literally had a little
Yep.
rhyme for every single one of them. I will never forget that for the rest of my life. So that was amazing.
He says, I write notes, but I rely on to play videos because I have the learning disorder. I'm on this channel because your tutorials are super helpful and
That's
cheerful.
awesome. That's
I'm
awesome.
glad, Chris. I'm glad we were able to help you out.
Who has more games? Who do you think has more games? You or
You.
me? I think it's
I think it's, and you know why?
because I have a lot of one-offs. that
Mine are bigger.
Yeah, yours are usually bigger, and then I have a lot of games actually that I play with
Yeah.
Brent and
Oh, a
Ted
bunch of
that
people.
are competitive too.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Who
Board
has
Game
the?
Maelstrom joined. Thank you for joining. And I know we have a lot of stuff in the backdrop we haven't gotten to. We're going to get to all the chat,
Yeah.
which might mean we're going to be pushing backwards a little bit. And it might be a little bit too late to hit some of this stuff. But we're going to cover, we're going to hit everything that people have talked
We're
about
almost
here.
done. Who has the better collection? Probably you do.
Yeah.
I would say you do. One type of game you found the genre mechanics just missed for you. We kind of already talked about that. Who would win a fist fight between you two?
I don't know. Oh, I know who would win this one.
Okay.
It'd be Colin. He's Irish.
Ah, yes.
Bet he would
There we
totally
go.
win 'cause he's Irish.
I agree with that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he's Irish. Irish going to win this because I'm going to stereotype.
That is hilarious. I love
Probably
it.
going to get wrecked.
No,
for
you're
that.
not. The Irish are not that way.
I'm
So don't
totally
worry.
kidding. Of course.
Okay. What are your thoughts on Aragorn's tax policy? That was a joke.
Gary Bears don't have fists.
I think I win that one. But is there a game table that you would recommend? Do you have a game table that you'd
Funny
recommend?
you should mention that.
Yeah.
I got my game table just because it was the cheapest thing in the market I could find that was able to do what it wants to do. So my table is one of the inlaid, the ones that have the inlay that goes down and in, and you can cover it and things like that. Mine is from BoardGameTables.com. It is a. I'm getting no cashier sponsorship for this or anything. They don't even know who I am. I swear. I swear. I guarantee you. It was called the Duchess at the time. It's made out of. What did they say? It was rubber, wood, or something?
Wait, hold on. You just gotta see what Mike
What
said.
Mike
Robin
said?
would win a fight between you two. She'd take you both out for me. Yes. Mike knows. Mike knows. Okay, sorry, keep going.
So yeah, that's the table I have. Mine I picked up through the original, way back when I wanted to start my channel, and we're playing on a cardboard table, or cardboard table.
Cardboard.
And I was like, and it's when I still had Eric and Karen coming, and I was like, it's a real table. It actually does something. And so
Wait, does this table do something?
it's gonna hit you. I'm gonna take.
I just loved it because when you think about it, it's just a table, which is hilarious.
It's funny because I'm actually thinking about wanting to upgrade this at some point, but it just doesn't. It's not something that's high on the priority list.
No, it isn't, and it does your duty,
It does
right?
what it
Yeah,
does its duty.
it does its duty.
That's right.
Yeah, and my table, I got the ultimate gaming table, and I love it, but it's out. They're out of.
Yeah.
They're out. The biggest thing that I did for my
Yeah.
recording life, which was
Mhm.
really helpful, I record standing up. So do you.
Mhm.
But I got standing size legs on it, And that's so nice.
That's something I
So-
would look into if I were
Yeah.
to do it again.
Yeah, because I don't have to bend over nearly as much when I'm
No.
recording. And I have leaves that I can move.
Oh,
So I slide a leaf in, and then I can have things on top of that leaf plus stuff underneath it, and I can just slide back and forth as I'm doing playthroughs. Really helps. Okay, we've got one final.
One final question, then
One
we're going
fin-
to catch
and then
up
we'll
on
catch
all
up.
the chat. We promise.
This is it's one question. It's
Oh, it's
long.
Crapolian.
It's Crapolian. We got to respond to him because he's awesome.
He's here all the time.
How do you pick and
Except for
choose
tonight.
what games you back, and how do you juggle the financials of if that game isn't to your liking? Do you find it easy to sell a Kickstarter game and get your money back? I have never backed a game because I'm always so worried about losing my money on games I don't enjoy. And even though I would love to have gotten Isovarian Guard, I just can't justify the risk. So I hope it'll go into production. I don't think he means retail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if
I don't think it's going to. It's too big. It's
okay.
just too big.
So, how do you figure out what you're going to kickstart?
Yeah.
A lot of it has to do with I look at the Kickstarter page.
I think the first thing is experience. We now know because one of the big things that we look for, there's two things, right? If you're looking for something that's cool, that is a new and upcoming designer, that's awesome. You're going to take that chance. You might just lose that money. You have to be okay with it. But we also know, hey, if it's a cool mini or not one, or if it's an Awakened Realms game, we'll be able to resell it if we don't like it.
Mhm.
So it feels like we can pay some money right now. We'll get it. We'll at least do something on the channel. And then if we decide we don't really want it, we'll be able to sell it and then use that money and invest it in our channel.
Or another Kickstarter.
Or another Kickstarter, which is usually it's just this reoccurring, it's the wheel.
Thing. We have both been burned.
Oh, hundreds of times. You don't even want to know. I was going to look, but I'm not going to look. You don't want to know how many games I've kickstarted. I think it's closer to 200.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's probably twice as many as you've kickstarted.
Interesting. Well, now that I think about it, I've only been burned like by the fact the game didn't come. I think once.
Oh, I'm actually. Well, I mean, there's a bunch outstanding right now,
Right.
but I have been burned on one for sure, and that is Black. What is that? The Sadler Brothers group.
Oh, yep.
I can't remember the name of it right now.
Yep.
But that would be the one that I'm still waiting on a bunch
Blacklist?
of stuff. Blacklist games. I'm still waiting on stuff that I don't expect ever to show up. So, which is fine. It is
Mine
what it is.
was mine. Sadly, was the Myth
Oh, yes.
big expansion. But in theory, it's coming, and it actually there has been pictures on Facebook of people getting the miniatures that they were promised from the company because Ulysses Spiel has taken. I'm probably saying the name wrong. Took over the company or took over the IP, I should say. So, and they promised to give everybody that backed that Kickstarter at least their miniatures that they were hoping for, because we did get the paper components from MegaCon before they
Went under.
totally went under, which is too bad. But that was, I think, the only one I really got. I didn't get. I think the rest, every other thing I've backed, I've really at least gotten. Wasn't what I was. Bing, sometimes not.
No.
And there are sometimes when you get them, you're like, open it up, you play a little bit, and you're like, oh, this game's no good. This game's not that great. And you go to thinking I can resell this game. No, you can't. Nobody wants it. They all figured it out. It all sucks.
And sometimes that happens.
It happens, and you just get, and that's not a way of really getting burned. I mean, I actually probably still have some games back in the back there that I kickstarted that just didn't pan out for me, but I really don't have a way of moving them unless I wanted. Though I did get lucky, and there's a friendly local gaming store up the street from us now, and I did talk to them, and they will just take board games. So I'm just any game that I don't feel I'm really going to want that
you can just give them to them.
I can't turn around to use on another Kickstarter, I'll just give it to them.
Yep, which is awesome.
Robin likes that.
All right, let's see we'll go back to wherever you think.
So we're gonna go all hours of need.
Oh my gosh.
Here's something about hour of need.
Maybe start at the end and let's go up.
You think so?
Well, I don't know.
No, we started at the top.
Okay, start at the top.
So some of these are going to be these things may have been stuff that we were talking about maybe 40 minutes ago, and I apologize. I sleeved Gloomhaven and quickly realized it was very unnecessary.
Yep, I understand that.
I sleeve everything.
You do.
I do.
He's a sleeveaholic. He literally, when Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs or whatever showed up, he goes, "If sleeves won't fit in it, then I'm not getting it."
That was hilarious. I was like,
will it fit in the box?
Do you think the
Wait,
sleeves will fit in that box?
Really? This is a game that you'll play probably 12 times and then you'll just get rid of it.
I would like to mention that one of the reasons I sleeve all my games is because every person I play with, except for you, eats while they play.
Ah, that's right.
They
I
do.
forget
They'll
that
eat- We're talking cheese balls
No, see,
and all this stuff.
my kids know, man. My kids
Yep.
are so good. They have a little bite to eat and they go and wash their hands and then come back. And it's adorable. Even with their own games now. They know how I take care of
Oh,
mine.
yeah?
So they know their own games are like, oh yeah, gotta wash my hands before I touch this game. Well, of
That's
course, then they'll
hilarious.
touch the card and they bend the freaking card. But that's okay. That's, you know.
That's why they're kid games.
Yeah, exactly.
Prototype. Pro tip: don't do that unless you have 3 hours to spare. So this is where we might be missing something.
Yes. Well, he's talking about
Oh,
don't
sleeving.
sleeve the Gloomhaven.
Oh.
Come on, man. You got it.
I'm
Holy
weird,
crap.
I'm-
Paper cut, that's insane. Yeah, I can just imagine. Yeah, I'm the same. I also have many.
I'm
I also
the
have
same
so many that while I'm playing one, I'm actually thinking of something else to play to. Oh,
way.
oh my
No,
gosh.
games.
Yeah, the Madara intro is a bit much.
It is a
oh
bit
my
much.
gosh.
It is a bit much. But see, the thing is, I love that because it gave me so much intro into who these characters were, and I think that's one of the things I really love about Madara is the fact that the characters are such a forefront of that game that
Totally.
and playing it is amazing. I love the
I'm
gameplay too.
Just
But
so glad that you enjoy that.
yep, you do not like that game. You just didn't like the experience
I
of
need
it.
to replay that
Yeah.
again. So I think I'd probably love it, but it was just that
much.
experience was
And it's interesting because I played it with Steve all the way through the first act on over when
Seriously, you played it with Steve? I forgot that.
Yeah, when he was back before he was the co-op guild, and we played it back when he had the live part of the
Yeah.
One Stop stream, and we played it all the way through the first act, and we just did the Spark Notes,
Yeah.
which are like basically the story is 5 pages long, and they're going to give you 3 paragraphs of the Spark Notes
Yeah.
and tells you everything you know in the 5 paragraphs.
Yeah.
Which is what those are all about. Okay, sorry, what's this thing here? That's what I'm
That's what I'm
thinking
trying
of.
to get into serious. I loved it, but the transition between these books is insane. I can't do it. I don't know when the updated stuff comes out. Yeah, I don't know either. Tenerius Adventures was overwhelming. That was one that I got. I actually did a playthrough on One Stop. I bought the rest of the stuff. It came. I was
we
overwhelmed.
played that one too.
Yeah, we played that
We
one.
played that
remember?
one.
It was that D20 resolution, kind of fun.
Resolution.
But
It was fun.
yeah, it was fun. Well, dude, we were also playing like midnight, right? So anything was fun when you're just chucking dice and whatever and taking names. But then it was so overwhelming, I just sold it.
Yeah.
Actually, you sold it for me.
Yeah.
I sold that one. Yep.
Portillo needs to do the first thing from Madara. That'd be awesome.
Like an after school special.
It
It
was.
does, Steve.
That would be.
Oh, it was just not my thing. Splinkers aren't cheap.
Well,
I do
that's fine.
irrigation. Yes, Mike. It actually, it was just the head. He just
Just
hit
the
the
head.
head. So it was literally $2. So
Yep.
it wasn't terrible.
The last time you were going to
Do you guys see Dune 2? I have not
I
seen
have
it.
not seen Dune 2.
Okay.
I've heard lots of good things
I
about
haven't
it.
seen
It's
Dune 1.
on
I
my
haven't
list.
seen Dune 0.
But the problem is, every time I'm going to go see it, it's on my day off, and I've had
0 days
I've
off,
had
man.
so many things to do on these days
Yeah.
off. I haven't really had time to record, which is why my recording has been so bad lately. Is because every time I have that free Monday, I've been needing to do something else. Like I either have to do this doctor appointment, or I've got to go fix my car, or I got to go
Take care of the rental house or
rental
whatever it
house,
is.
yeah, a whole bunch of
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
No, it's this is so. What is
I
it?
started my channel because I wanted more Chronicles of Dragon. So I did them. My first 10 or so videos on my channel were that game.
That's awesome.
so
See,
cool.
that's how you. I love that story. That's exactly how I started mine. No one has to admit.
That's
playthroughs of
awesome.
myth, and I was like, there needs to be more myth out there.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, that's my exact worry about Tainted Grail, that it might have references that aren't really spoilers, but like you described, a bit more enjoyable if you had previous knowledge. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. You've got to look it up, see what you
I'm
think.
gonna do a little bit of looking into that. See if I can find
So
that.
I'm halfway through Seven Citadels, a 3-player game. What do people make solo-only games and you pretend you can play them with more? Yeah, so I'm assuming Seven Citadels probably a solo game is what he's saying, and he's saying why would they? Yeah,
I could see 2.
Yeah.
I played 2 players in my thing, and it works fine. The problem is why this game, true solo, fantastic. Multiple people is because there's that turn structure's not there.
yes,
It's like, okay, I'm gonna go check out number 163. Okay, cool, and this thing appears here. Okay, well, do you want to do that, or do you want me to do it? I can do it again.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
you do that again. Okay, well, I'm
why
gonna
don't
go
you
check
just
it out.
do everything? Why don't you just keep doing? Yeah,
I mean, and so if you watch my playthrough, one person was really bogged down by something that happened, so they're paying a lot to move. So I was actually having the other character do a lot more. So if it was actually a 2-player game, in the end, it actually turned out that it would have been fine no matter how it all transpired. But I really felt that second player might have been a little bit more bogged down because they were having to use more of their action deck to move forward. So, but
well, and so this should tell you just how much of Captain Impatient I am. I have specifically not watched his playthrough so that I don't get too excited and want to play that game. So, anyways, I'm excited to watch that one when okay, campaigns or otherwise. I'm finding I have too many games in general. Hard to play all the things that look cool. Oh, Mike, I'm 100%. We're both there, right? I've also realized that with campaign games, I want it to be a bit lighter. It just makes it more approachable overall, and that's why I've stuck with Resident Evil and likely will beat it soonish. That's a good call. I think there's two philosophies on there.
Yeah.
Go lighter and make it so you can just go through it quicker, or you make it heavier, but that's the only game you can really play for an extended period of time. Thinking of Bias as Vanguard. So many different pieces that are going on there. You've got to really invest that time, but if you do, I think you can really enjoy it.
And Resident Evil is really a good game.
Yeah.
It's an impressive, and I like it. You might actually enjoy it because it's kind of that dungeon crawler with the exploration feel that goes along with it, where you don't know what's behind every door, which is kind of neat. But then you do know what's behind some doors, and you don't know. You need to maybe find something. You don't know what token it is. You have to try to find that token.
Dude, I would love that.
It's kind of cool, and it's not really. And then I know Resident Evil is based in a horror genre, but it's just shooting zombies.
I mean, that's the thing.
How
I
many times
kind of
you shot
love
zombies?
shooting zombies.
You
I
shoot
love
zombies
that.
a lot.
I just
I
plum
blame
horror is that.
Barrett for my board game addiction. I watched this playthrough of Folklore: The Affliction. My wallet has been suffering ever since. I still have everything for Folklore. It's all back there. So if anybody, I do still have. Yeah,
I'm so glad you like
and
that.
I
one.
got it because of your playthrough. I kickstarted that because your playthrough was on there. And the best part was, okay, so here's another time for story time. Story time with Barrett. I watched this Kickstarter playthrough, and I was like, oh, this game's pretty awesome. I'm going to back this game. So I backed it, played it, and even Eric and all of them came over, we played it. We had a good time playing it. A little bit too much word reading for them. But it was still a lot of fun. We had a great time doing it. And then this is actually one of the things that really helped my channel grow more than I've ever seen anything in my life. I put it on Board Game Geek. You know, every time we do a video, we also post the Board Game Geek because that's kind of what you do. You put your video on Board Game Geek so other people can watch it if they want to watch that instead of just watching it on YouTube. And I got a message all of a sudden on Board Game Geek. First off, I'm like, new channel. I'm like, oh, got a message. I'm so excited. What did it say? And all it said was, linked that video here. I'm like, what? Jerkosaurus has just linked my video. Where is my video going? I'm going to kill this person. He just linked my video. So I click on where that thing linked to. It was their website.
Oh, of the company.
Of the company. Yeah. It was great. Greenbrier Games. Greenbrier Games. It said, and right on above it was, if you wish to learn how to play this game, click here. And it was my video. I was like, how was it my video? You're the one who did the Kickstarter for it. There's a couple other people who did stuff for that too. And then the best part is,
but yours is probably painted, right? And
it was painted.
Awesome.
And the best part is, they went to their next Kickstarter, right? And they go, okay, I think it was like I don't remember which one was Spire. I think the Spire one or something. I don't remember which one it was. And they're doing the next Kickstarter, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, still super small company. Listen to me, super small channel. And they're like, oh, there's a new Kickstarter coming out. And again, not good at this relationship thing. Don't talk to people. Should probably message more people about things, right? And I'm thinking, oh, that's great. So I checked like the Kickstarter. I'm like, I'm gonna back this. Oh, I bet my video's on there because, of course, they're using it to like promote like how to play the game. Nope, his is on there, not mine. Yours from back in like the ancient times.
Dude, that was so long ago.
That was so funny. I was like looking like, oh, maybe my video's gonna be on this thing because I'm super excited. I'm like, they used it for this. Or
your first video being on a
Kickstarter maybe.
Yeah.
No, like nope, not there.
It's so weird.
So, but it's kind of funny. But you know, there's so many companies that have really sometimes reached out and have taken chances on smaller companies, and that's really cool. They do that.
Not companies, channels.
They reach out and go for channels. I'm like, I think that one of the coolest things that happened to me was when I was all in on a game, and I saw a message saying like, hey, we're looking for people to do videos. If you're interested, please drop us a line. Again, I don't reach out to a lot of people. It's just not something I do. And it was to Succubus Publishing, and they're like, oh, we'd love to send you one. I'm like, they're going to send a copy of their game to a channel that has less than like 500 subscribers. That's absolutely amazing. Yeah. And I actually met the guys. They're really cool guys. And it's just kind of cool that sometimes these bigger companies do take a gamble on some of the smaller channels. And I think that's really cool to see.
Yeah. That's really, I mean, that's how they grow too, right? Yeah. It's awesome.
Anyway, that's a long story about nothing.
About nothing. That was cool. Yeah. Also being able to beat a mission in 90-ish minutes versus 3 hours. That is another important thing.
I think Resident Evil played soon.
Yes, it's so good thematically. It's awesome. It really ramps up the tension throughout the campaign. Okay, then we saw a bunch of this. My wife and I had an absolute blast playing Primal. So glad I went all in. Austin, when I'm still waiting for all of the. It's been over a month, and I still haven't gotten the other pieces. I'm hoping that'll show
What's
up. Star Wars Queen's Gambit. I don't know.
No, what that is.
Okay.
Top 5. Easy.
Easy to learn and play and get to the table. ISO Variant Guard, Tales from Red Dragon Inn, role play. I love role play adventure. The problem is I don't think I'm going to play it again, right? So I love that one, but it's not one I think I'm going to come back
He's
to.
got a lot of really good
Cthulhu
games
Death
there.
May Die. Chronicles. Kinfire Chronicles.
Okay.
Love that one. I'm playing it with my kids.
ISO Fahrenheit. That's definitely on my list.
You still haven't let me play that one yet.
That's another one we got to talk
That's
about.
another one that I gave Tim when he was like, here, unbox
We
it.
have
And
to
he was
talk
like,
about
I'm
that
going
one.
to play that.
As soon as the update pack comes out, we got to
Yeah.
talk about that one.
Yeah. There, I've just laid back to Rogue Angels. Nice!
That's fantastic.
That is so cool. I hope
That
you
is-
like
I
Rogue
hope you like
Angels.
Rogue Angels.
Are you happy?
Oh my gosh,
I'm
so
happy.
happy.
I'm happy.
That game is going to be amazing.
Kurt Russell moves both
yeah.
of them. That's awesome. Dungeon
Oh, that's what I was
Universalis.
trying to
Yeah.
think of the other one.
Don't disrespect Snake.
Blitzskin. I don't know. That's probably from one of the movies.
Okay,
I
okay.
feel bad. Good choice.
Oh, this is my wife.
Oh yeah.
Actually, this is the favorite way to learn this game. These two usually, although my biggest gripe is that in person sometimes Colin explains games too quickly. Yes, I am very
Are
bad
you?
at that. Oh,
Okay.
especially for Monica because I don't want it to be too long. So I'm like, okay,
Well,
ready
the
to play.
thing is, you have to at least be honest when you're learning a game. There's many times that they're teaching games, and I've almost every time they've been teaching games, they'll be like, okay, so when this is going to be part of the, we're going to have to worry about these things over here. This is going to do that. That's going to do this. This is going to do this. This is going to also look at Con going, okay, I'm going to let you know right now, I was not listening for 2 minutes. So can you go back 2 minutes ago? I've done this more than once.
My favorite. I've never had anyone tell me this, but Barrett will be like, "Hey, Colin, I just spaced out for the last 3 minutes. I have no idea."
I have
what
no
you
idea.
said. Can you
Can you
just
go
repeat
back?"
everything you just said?
I've done that way almost every time I play a game.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much every time we play a new game, I spaced out there a bit. Can you tell me again? Usually, most people are like, "Oh yeah, I got it," and then they just ask during the game.
Yeah.
No, Barrett's just flat out. No, I got no idea.
I got no
Can
idea.
you tell me
Understand.
again? I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Want to stay in my house?
Oh, stay in my
his.
house.
Yeah.
Stay in my house. I got an extra bedroom.
I got none.
Colin fighting in a
The
kilt.
kilt,
That's what
that's
we're
right,
talking
yep.
about, Irish. Yes.
Yeah, I actually have a friend of mine who, like, when I'm trying to explain games, I was explaining the Cubitos game
Yeah.
or whatever. Did I tell you the story?
Oh
I think
yeah.
I
And you're
did.
like, oh yeah. Let's just start.
Yeah, he
We'll
goes,
figure-
I've gone to, so if anybody hasn't played this game, the way it is you're rolling dice and you can buy more dice, and every dice does something different. There's like 8 different dice you can buy. And so I'm telling him, okay, here's how the game's played. Boom, done. Now here's what the different dice do. I got about halfway through the dice, and my friend goes, I just think we just start. I'll just learn it as we go. And I'm like, no, I am going to tell you everything. So when in the game you go, well, I didn't know that did that. I'll be like, I told you. It was so fun.
So flipping
And it actually
good.
worked because he did actually pay attention the last 3 days. He actually
Oh my gosh, I need to pay attention.
I wish he wouldn't have. He won the game.
Oh, dang it. See, that's when you go, okay, good luck.
Next time, just get
Yep,
done. That's
yep,
fine. Learn
that's
during the
fine.
game. That's
Good luck,
fantastic.
sir.
What are your thoughts on tax policy? Capybaras don't have fists. The timing was great.
Because we talked about that.
Yeah.
That was right at the, yeah. I don't have to bend over as much when I'm recording. Oh, God. Oh my gosh. I was talking about my back and not about other things.
Oh my
Anyways, we'll
gosh,
keep going. That was
family
awesome.
show,
Family
lasting
show.
Oh, Lasting Tales. I'm actually in theory getting that.
Are you actually getting that?
In theory.
From the Sadler brothers? From
I
the
don't know.
yeah, you're not getting that. I was all in on the minis of last. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, me
I got burned by
too.
Super Dungeon Explorer Legend. I think that's my only one.
Oh.
Okay,
Mhm.
Blacklist Games is unfortunate. Hour of Need, 3 minutes for all. I know, Mike. They had an I
Yeah.
don't know. Poor management is my guess. I think it was okay. I was victim of Lasting Tales.
Tales.
Yes. Even the games that aren't for me and don't land as well with others, I can get rid of it for 50 to 60% of their price. Most I just move on 80 to 120%. Dan,
Yep.
I'm with you.
That's kind of how it works. Yeah.
By the way, whoever wanted the ISO Variant Guard, I may have a copy for it. I will give you the Capybara discount.
Oh, that's pretty
That's
good. Who was it? Oh, I'm sure it'll
Yeah.
pop up here if I
Yeah.
keep going down here.
Victim. Neither look.
Booger is awesome.
Oh, no. Yeah, my first game that I review, I ended up doing the official how to play. It's Phantom Epoch. I only had 70 subs.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
And Phantom Epoch is another one I'm looking forward to. That's right. I saw Game
Wait,
Officers.
Phantom Epoch. I don't know anything about that
It's
one.
a space game. You're going to
love space
it.
games.
It's
Okay.
a space game. I'll show it to you later. It's going to be
Star
amazing.
Wars Queen Gambit was in response to games we really wanted that haven't been able to find. There was an unopened copy I found for
Oh, okay.
2,500. Yeah, not worth it. Not
No.
worth it. You need to look through your Rogue Angels playthroughs for all the jokes that. all the jokes chat made through it. Yeah, there's so many good ones during that.
So good.
Y'all are going to make me back this Rogue Angels thing. Wait, no, that was somebody else who did it. You do it. I have the whole first chapter, 12 Stars, on my channel. If you're interested in seeing more of it, yes,
it is. Board Game Master
I'm
did a
going
lot
to do that.
for
I'm
it.
going to do that. Way to go! Way to go, Fatal
Go check
Paper
it out.
Cut.
Did I put his name on there? Did you put in the link? I think so.
I wrote down.
When is it supposed to ship? This year or next year? Yeah, I think it's supposed to try to get out this year.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a little later than
Probably it's going to. My
probably.
guess is next year.
Emil's going to do his very best. I know
Yeah.
that. That's the deal.
All right, did we catch up
We
to
made
the
up
chat?
all the way up
We
to the
catch the
chat. How about that?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Do you have any questions for me?
Do I?
Yeah.
I talk to you literally every day.
I know. I'm just wondering out of the blue. And like, oh,
Yes,
that's
I have a
nice.
question. No, do you have any questions for me?
I don't think I have any.
Well, then why'd you ask me?
What's your favorite animal?
Ooh, cheetahs.
Cheetahs.
No, yeah.
All right.
So when I was a kid in high school,
Okay.
I was actually the fastest kid. I'm very, very
Really?
fast running. And so they always would call me Cheetah. So cheetahs were always my favorite. Yes.
Yeah, I'll go with it.
What about you?
Killer whales.
Oh,
I like
dude,
those.
they are so freaking cool.
They are, aren't they?
Yes.
They're kind of
They work together.
orcas.
They kill
Yeah.
animals,
Eat their
sharks,
trainers.
and probably eat you. And
Probably.
why do Sykes have to ADK for your name? Why do psychics have to? I don't know what that means. The 2050 Mike, you're gonna have to tell us what that means. Who's older? Take a guess.
Should I make a poll? For all time's sake, I should
Oh
make
my
a poll.
gosh.
Where's my? Do I have a-
It's right here, dude.
Oh my!
It's-
I found it.
Okay, I think we all know who's the old one.
What's
I
that?
can't see. Where
Oh
is
my gosh!
this?
Not yet. Let me see here. How do I make a poll here?
Yeah.
Oh, it's back here. I gotta go here, right?
When is the ATO campaign starting? Close to never. No,
it's
it's kidding. Maybe
Make a poll.
there you go.
Start a poll.
All right.
Who's
Have you ever
older?
visited Chip Theory Games, Mike? We have not.
Yes.
To be whatever,
I
both
have.
Barrett and I have not been a huge Chip Theory Games fan person. We both played Too Many Bones a bunch, and then we both got rid of it. And then we've gotten a couple of their other games, and we've ended up just selling them. So we haven't been a huge proponent of their games, unfortunately. I think that they're great games. They just haven't worked for me. And
There you go.
sometimes I feel like, a lot of times I feel like their games haven't figured out the balance quite yet. And so it just hasn't been one for me. Does it say me or what?
Him.
Him.
I actually have visited Chip Theory Games.
You have
I have visited Chip Theory Games to pick up my Too Many Bones pledge
that you sold.
that I sold.
Yeah. I didn't know you actually visited. But you didn't
because
tell them who you were and that you were part of Meet Me at the Table. And all
I
that.
did actually, and they said, "Do you have a card?" I'm like, "No, I don't have cards." This is like back when I'm super small, dude. I had no.
Do we have cards now? We don't have cards now.
I have a card.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a business card.
Really?
You never see my business card? I'm gonna go get it.
Oh my gosh.
You entertain these people for a second.
I'll entertain these people. You really
Yeah, let's hear it.
have.
I have a business card. Yeah. Let's hear it. Well, we can
Mike
probably-
says, not a huge CTG fan, blasphemy. I'm sorry. I know. It's. What are you trying to do?
Trying to close the poll.
There you go. Click
Oh,
it
end
and now
poll.
end poll.
Me or him? Wow, the 84% say me.
I think the other 16% were just trolling us. Oh, Mike forgives us. They're actually my favorite publisher. This hurts my soul. Oh, Mike, I'm so sorry. I think that the games that they make are really cool. They just
100%.
don't work for us. Once again, Too Many Bones had the problem where the good get gooder and they get way too good. And so it just.
I was never challenged.
Exactly.
That was the problem.
Or I played it the opposite way. I played with my wife. We started off. She was last on the initiative track, and she was eliminated before she would even activate. And so it was. And then what? I was going to play by myself while my wife sat next to me? No.
Who's your favorite
yeah.
character from all of board games?
Well, that's way too hard. What does that even mean? From all the board games?
You have a favorite character from
It's got to
any
be the Blade. I mean, right?
The Blade's pretty amazing,
Yeah,
isn't
the
he?
Blade is pretty amazing. A favorite character from all the board games. Goldix from Mage Knight. I love Goldix.
There you go.
My absolute favorite mage. Probably what I would say. But
That's
I
like
also-
Remy.
Remy from.
Midara.
Oh, and I will say I've loved my bear from
There you go.
Oathsworn. Love my
Oathsworn.
bear.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Blade. I'll tell you guys. We already did that. 5'8", 5'11".
Yep, 5'11".
Thank you for the stream
Oh,
and tons of
Chris.
fun. Thank
Yeah.
you. Ask. Yeah. When is the
Oh, you were
age
saying
of-
ask. Remember, and this Mike was asking us something. Why do psychics have to ask for your first name?
Oh,
You know, Mike,
that's
that's
hilarious.
a good question. They shouldn't need to, but maybe they do just to make you feel
pants
better.
or no pants? Let's pull down.
We're definitely on wearing. Well, I'm wearing shorts. I guess I'm not wearing pants.
Very good. Chip Theory Games. You guys are the best. Keep on doing what you're doing. Thank you
Beerman,
so much.
Thank
Beerman.
you.
Now you should
Yeah, blasphemy. Okay, Cloudfire is the best one. That's the one I didn't get. Good. Hey, Liquefied
Oh,
Pork. Thanks
I
for
forgot
joining.
to answer. We did the poll, but I forgot to tell them if they're right or not. Yes, I am older. I am 48 years old. Am I 48?
No, I think you're 47.
46.
No, 46.
Am I 47?
When were you born?
76.
76, and it's 2024.
Yeah.
So it's got to be a 6 or an 8.
Probably. Let's go.
I think it's 46.
Maybe.
Isn't it? Wait, no, you're 48 because if you're gonna be 50 in 2026, right?
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. So you're 48.
Yeah.
So and I'm 36.
Yep.
So I'm 12 years younger.
48 this year, Baron. Thank you.
Yeah. I love how they took care of our math.
Yep.
Thank you.
I turned 48 yesterday. Well,
Oh,
happy birthday.
That's awesome,
Oh my gosh.
compliment.
See?
That is so cool.
I turned 50. Perfect.
Congrats,
Big
Mike.
5-0 there. That's great. Tim, same as me, Baron. Woo, 48 for the win.
Dude, we got awesome people
Yeah.
here.
Good night, fellas. Next chat. Until next time, Chip Theory Games, mostly dice checkers.
It's interesting that it didn't sing for you guys. Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't. That's a fair criticism. I'm hopeful that Elder Scrolls, Iron's
I
Out, some of
am
the
all
minor
in on
issues-
that game, hoping
Yeah,
for good
you
stuff.
do actually, and we decided that, you know what, the resale value of that is super high.
Yeah.
So if we end up not liking it,
Another
we can,
Goldix,
yeah.
man. You're forgiven for your Chip Theory blasphemy.
Oh, thank you, Dan. Yes, I love Goldix. Oh man, Mana Generation, just all the extra abilities you can do. I love it.
I'm older than Colin, younger than Baron, so that makes me feel better. I turned
that's Mike.
38 this
Oh,
year. There you go.
nice.
39.
39. Dude, Colin, you're an accountant who can't do math. That hurts my It is so true. Mental math has been an absolute weakness of me in my entire life. But that's why we have computers and calculators that do all that mental math.
100%.
I just know the rules. That's all that you need to know, right?
Oh,
The computer does all the stuff. I know the rules. I have the Kicks Madness book, Colin. Maybe we can work something out. I'll never play it. Oh my gosh, Mike. Message meet me at the table. I might have to try and pay you to get that because I would love to have the book. Matt, it's worse than you think. He counts on his fingers.
That's right.
1, 2. You think Matt doesn't know that?
Excited about Apocalypse Dragon. Is that the Kickstarter of the new Mage Knight?
Yes. Yeah, that's the. We talked about that. Yes, I am super excited for that. I haven't looked into it too much, but
Gen
I'm
X
very
rules, D&D first, second edition as kids. Yep.
excited. Heck
Basic
yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons, advanced, maybe an expert Dungeon and Dragon book. Yep, all paperback. Everything's paperback.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Good
All right,
stuff.
well, I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we did pretty
we're
good.
This was awesome.
I appreciate all the questions from everybody on air and off
Yeah,
air.
and off.
So those are all
We got
amazing.
through all of them. I'm so happy.
We
We
got
got through all
everybody.
of them. Yeah.
I wish to thank everybody for that supported our chat tonight. Thank you
Yes.
so much. It was amazing to have you all here.
Thank you, Monica, for making the logo and
Yep.
helping us out there. We really like it. And yeah.
And I'll tell you what's coming up now because our logo is out and we're and it's going to be amazing.
Oh,
It already
yeah,
is
that's right.
amazing, right?
That's right.
We haven't had a chance to thank everybody for being supporters of the channel for a long time because we've been waiting to do this logo. So, and usually I try to do a giveaway about every 1,000 or so subscribers. So we've missed a few. So we're actually going to do 3 giveaways. I am going to do them all VOD. I am going to do a recording about it. So watch for a video coming out, kind of again telling you about the new logo, the new way the channel's going to. Nothing's really changing in the channel. We're going to be doing the same stuff. We just wanted to make it look cooler. The picture of my table is getting a little old. That was my original logo. It's just the picture of my
Hey,
table.
your table's cool, man.
It is. It was okay. It worked out. My favorite is if you look at really closely at it, you can actually see into the laundry room. That was the best part of the logo.
Well, don't worry. Now your logo is your table still
Yeah.
with the M and the T,
It
which
is.
is awesome.
It's
You're
perfect.
the M, I'm the T. I
That's
don't know,
right.
something like that.
I'm well, not Mr. T. He's somebody completely different.
He's totally different.
Totally
yeah,
different.
Yeah.
I really want him as a GPS. He's the greatest GPS ever.
That would be awesome.
Voice for my GPS. Anyway, so yeah, nothing's really changing in the channel. We just want to have an awesome new logo, have a kind of fresh start, and it's another way of making Colin feel welcome as this is his channel. That's really another reason why I really wanted to make this done, is because it's sometimes not yours until you're actually doing things for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
totally.
yeah, we're gonna be doing some giveaways coming up here pretty soon. So keep your eye out for those. More games coming up. We're doing Primal tomorrow.
Yes. Did you see Dan said he wants the logo on one of the tree trunk mugs?
Ooh.
That would be cool. I don't think
How
that
am I
he
gonna do
does that though, but that would be cool.
That'd be really neat.
Yeah.
Good stuff. got all these wonderful. Thank you very much. Yeah, Capybara Sleepy Time. That's right.
Yes. When is it okay to house rule stuff? Ooh, that is a really good question.
Well, that is really funny.
Always, whenever you want. Because
Whenever
it's
you
your
want.
game.
It's your game. Have
It's
fun.
your freaking game. That's what, you know. It could have been 2 ham hocks on a table. Meat table. Yep. Oh, that's awesome.
No,
That's so
pretty
good.
All right, Mike, that's about all we got. The campaign book is also available on the Edmonton campaign book. What?
Oh, the
that's for you.
Campbell-
Okay.
That's right. Okay. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Not even
West
close
Coast.
to
Not even close to
sleep,
sleep. Well,
that's right.
now, Mike, you can go and play some games.
There
See
you
it?
go. There
Yeah.
you go.
What we're doing is, Charles, if you're going to Gen Con, we're going to be at Gen Con. So,
Yeah.
and that's a big thing. We'll make sure to announce that when we get closer to it. But we are planning on having a Saturday. That Saturday, we're going to just be in a spot.
Yeah.
We're hoping people can come and say
People
hi if
just
they
jump
want.
in, say hi,
Yeah.
play a game or something, or join in the
Yeah.
game, or even just
Yeah.
hang out.
Yeah.
We're not going
Howell
to be...
Family Farm is here.
Oh, Family Farm, good to see you. Oh my
Thanks for
gosh.
joining.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that's about all I got.
Yep.
I think we're done.
All right. We're good.
Again, thank you all for joining the stream. Thank you for all the support that
Hopefully
you
we'll
guys
see you tomorrow.
Not only tonight, but just for everything that keeps us going. And we're going to try to do
Seriously.
this about every couple months now, every
Yeah.
other month
I
maybe.
don't want to commit to anything. We'll just do it
Yeah.
when we feel like it's the right time.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
try to do it. Get some good stuff going.
Yeah.
So if you're excited to see what Colin and I have coming up, let's make sure you miss anything here. The Gen Con, what's the flying in?
We're good.
A lot of people saying thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're excited to see what Colin and I have coming up next, right? Then I need you to meet me at the table. Take care,
See ya.
everyone. Thank you so much.